Sunday is a blind blind Sunday. Sunday is a blind blind Sunday. It's a blind blind Sunday. Sunday.
It's Sunday. All your dorky friends are out watching soccer, but the cool guys meet here at the Blind Mike Project. Go to blindmike.net for all of Blind Mike's yellow cards, fake injuries, and fake-breasted wags. On today's project, we finally learn what caused Matt McCusker's wife to punch Timmy No Brakes. We check in on multiple Tim Heidecker feuds. Joe Matarese challenges us, and oh so much more. And now your host, a man who hears goal and doesn't think of the international game beloved by millions. No, he thinks of an oddly hairlined man begging in Minnesota.
Charge!
Blind Mike Geary!
The charge is an underutilized drop on this program. Can I hear it again?
Yes, you can. Good
I
morning,
don't know
Mike.
if you have it ready,
I don't have it ready. Give me a second.
but all right, never mind. Then. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But it is when I hear it, it always makes me smile.
It does. It's an amazing one. And Mike,
Charge!
very good.
Very good.
Start your morning.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, Casey Day.
Hello, how you doing, Mike?
I said it feels like it's been a while. You
Yeah,
know?
it's been a few weeks, I believe. Normal, standard operating procedure. You like Krager's, but Krager's has been missing. No very good chow. So we hope Krager's is doing well out there.
Yeah, I'm launching. I want to announce. I'm glad you brought that up because I want to announce that I'm launching an internal investigation to see what exactly Casey Day's involvement is with Very Good Chow. It's been
Nothing
bugging.
lately.
Frankly, I'm accusing him of getting a taste, if you will. I think there's something fishy going on here. So I'm going to get to the bottom of it because he's always asking about Very Good Chow. He's always trying to promote it. But I will say for people that are curious, I asked that very question last night on Twitter. I said, where's Very Good Chow been? And Craig responded with a pizza emoji. That's exciting.
Pizza coming, baby.
We're going to find out how to make pizza now. Isn't that fun?
Cheese and bread and sauce, baby. I can't wait.
Hey, you don't believe me? Ask my fucking wife. That's what I said. Bleep that out in post so we get monetized.
Yes, it's the greatest thing ever. I'm looking
You want to know how it is? Ask my fucking wife.
That's it. God, I miss him.
Let me hear that laugh again. What a wise guy.
He's got two. He's got the that one and then the sweet one.
That's when he's really letting loose, having fun.
There.
That's when he's watching, the Rodney King tapes or something. That's when he's really letting his hair down.
I miss him, Mike. Come back, Gregors.
Yeah, we all do. Well, he'll be excited. We're talking about Alex Jones later today, so he'll get his picket signs ready. His buddy.
And he's a big Heidecker fan too. He doesn't like to admit it, but we both are. We
It's
both love him.
got to be a real conflict in his mind when he sees Tim Heidecker skewering one of his idols like this. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. Anything happening at HackRideStudios.com? You want to tell the people? About?
Not really. Other than the Trek Off episode 3 this Tuesday with Vinny Polino and Tab Britt. That name is so hard to say. Vinny Polino. What's that? I'm sorry.
Isn't it Tab Burt?
Tab Burt.
Yeah.
Damn it. Yes, Tab Burt. Also, I don't care. So, but enjoy the episode 3. I'm not even supposed to be working this summer. I hate Carl. Thank you.
Oh, why? What did Carl do?
He put me as a loser on the creep off, and now I'm working.
You were forced into this, you're saying.
I was forced into it by a sort of a nice guy. I'm not going to go in on Carl, but his teeth are weird. Thank you.
Strange. All right.
I shouldn't be working. I should be looking at tits. Thanks, Carl.
Interesting. All right, well, go watch that.
How's your summer, Mike? You did mention behind the scenes, I'm going to break some kayfabe here. The pool is open.
The pool's open. It's very exciting stuff here. It's finally fully functioning. But nothing too interesting with that. We'll get to it on BTH Monday night. We can talk.
When are the invites coming out? When are the invites coming out? That's what people are desperately waiting to know.
Yeah, well, we'll see. They're in the mail. Don't keep an eye out for them.
Electra texted me one thing, 2-piece. I don't know what that means, but I guess she that's what she would bring. So,
all right. Well,
just
regardless. As I mentioned, BTH Monday nights at 8. Me, Cardiff, and Tukey. If you're a member on Patreon or on YouTube, you get the link. Check the posts tab if you're a member on YouTube. It can be very confusing for people. I don't know if they get notifications, but that's where it is. Go to my channel, go to the posts tab, or just become a member on Patreon. You get BTH every week. Me, Cardiff, the Tukester, the whole gang. And also, you get early access and bonus content. You got that the Mencia episode we put out last week. You had that 2 weeks early if you're a member, as well as other stuff we do. So consider becoming a member if you want to support the program or just support us for free wherever you get podcasts. Like, subscribe, comment. Video now available on Spotify if that's your preferred method, or right here on YouTube where we're live every Sunday at 10 a.m. Smash the like button. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for supporting the show. BlindMike.net is the easiest place to find all of those links. Should we get into business today, Casey?
Absolutely. We're going to start today with a little Rogan.
I thought this was very funny, and it's funny to me. Like people don't make fun of Rogan enough. Like I think we've and there's a misconception. Like if you defend Rogan against Matt, people are like, "Oh, you're a Rogan fan." I guess no, not really. I think he's a mockable character like anyone else. But people take it so seriously when it's like, listen to this goofball. I found this very funny. Germ sent it to me, alerted me to it. And I found it very funny. People don't make fun of Rogan enough for shit like this. They get very serious, and they're like, he's controlling, he's detrimental to society. They blame him for all the world's ills instead of just looking at like what a dummy he is. Listen to this conversation he's having with Ali Sadiq about gambling. Something I kind of agree with, by the way, but then there's a payoff to this right after. So let's hear him, his thoughts on legalized gambling here.
This is what I don't like about sports betting. Not that, because that's about advancing, but about sports betting is the consideration that a person is playing a certain way because they're worried about a spread, or because they've been paid off to not score, or they've been paid off to foul. You know, like there's the problem with these things is you could bet on anything.
You can bet on anything now.
Anything. So if you're crooked, and what has been like the most crooked aspect of the fucking human race over the past like 100 years, other than the legal system? The most crooked aspect has been sports betting. It's always crooked.
Sports and politics. They damn near.
They're all the same.
Yeah, they the same.
It's the same. It's money. It's anytime there's money involved, and decisions can be shifted, influence can be used to make something happen.
And in a lot of ways, I do agree with him. It feels like you can't go a week without some story of a player or coach being arrested for fixing games. It feels like it's happening all the time. It's crazy that it's not more talked about. I remember when I was a kid, there was some story about Wayne Gretzky's wife being involved in some massive gambling ring. And it was talked about like it was going to be this thing that loomed over sports and changed everything. And then it was kind of just swept under the rug. It went away. But like for a minute, it was a massive thing that people thought was going to shape sports forever. Pete Rose was a huge story. Every time the MLB Hall of Fame ballot came up, the Pete Rose discussion was had on sports talk radio. It was a big thing, and now it seems like it's just forgot. Tim Donaghy, another thing. Tim Donaghy was yelling from a jail cell. I'm not the only one, and it seems like it's just been swept under the rug. So I think it's a very good point by Joe Rogan. I think it's a very interesting topic that he brought up. And you know what? Let's give Joe a little credit. Who's the episode brought to you by? If we're going to support the Joe Rogan experience, what companies are we hearing from on that program?
This is hilarious.
Simple. Fight night is here. Title shots, debut killers, and the rising contender nobody's talking about yet, and only DraftKings has you covered every step of the way. The DraftKings app is now available in all 50 states and includes all markets, bringing the game straight to your fingertips wherever you are. No matter where you're watching, you're always connected and in the game with one.
It's like 12 minutes later that ad plays after that. After Joe is like, it's honestly, frankly, one of the worst problems in this country for centuries now is sports betting. Anyways, this is brought to you by DraftKings.
Available all 50 states.
It's interesting because I do give him credit. Like, he's a UFC commentator, so I give him credit for having that discussion. It just is funny that he's reading a DraftKings ad right after that.
That is insane. That is insane.
But this is what I mean. Like, people take Rogan so seriously, and it's like, just have a laugh at him, you know? Like, they think of him as this, polarizing, almost evil figure now, the way he's talked about. And it's like, I never think it's a guy's fault that he gets to a certain level of popularity. You know, like, I don't think when Joe started that podcast that he was like, I'm going to be influencing elections. And that, I think that is even overblown, how much influence he had directly on the election. I think that gets, talked about in too serious a terms and too specifically. Like, there's any real data that Rogan changed people's minds by interviewing Donald Trump. But, like, he's a silly, dumb character. You can make fun of him. You can make fun of him for never getting jokes. I just don't think that's done enough. It's like I say with Trump, where, and we'll be watching a perfect example later. Remember this discussion when I talk about Tim Heidecker and Alex Jones, because it's guys so seriously getting angry. And I think, like, if you look at, the way SNL parodied George W. Bush, or Will Ferrell parodied George W. Bush, it wasn't like, hey, I'm a retard. Like, they didn't come out and specifically skewer the guy. They just made him look kind of silly, and that changed the way people thought of him, like, in the country. And they've just forgotten how to do that. They don't make fun of Rogan anymore. They actually give him more importance by going, oh my God, look at what he's doing. He's evil. He's leading this toxic male charge in Austin. It's like, no, make fun of these guys. Tony Hinchcliffe's special was an abomination. Make fun of it. You don't have to be so serious about it all the time. I guess that's my only point. Because even, I see it all the time where people are like, oh, you must be a Rogan fan or you must be a Hinchcliffe fan if you're defending them. No, I'm not. You can make fun of people and also not think they're evil. I think we've forgotten that in a lot of ways. So I thought that was very funny. And thank you to Germ for bringing it to my attention.
Thank you, Germ.
Yay, super chats.
And we have a few super chats here. Mike Mueller, 86, $4.99. I subscribe for the Carlos Mencia breakdown, and what the fuck, man? Most insane ending ever.
Pretty wild. I suggest you go check it out if you haven't. There's a lot of, I think it's funny too, because I don't know that everyone gets all the way through. It's like a 2-hour breakdown of a 48-minute special, so I don't blame you for bailing early maybe. But I know some comments are like, I don't even think it's that bad, which me and Craig are saying on it. Like, if you watch it in full, me and Craig are like, it's not for us. And I think it's pretty corny, lazy material. But I think if you went to go see this guy live, his name wasn't Carlos Mencia. You just saw this, his name's not Carlos Mencia, but you know what I mean. Like, if you just saw this guy randomly, didn't know who he was, you're in the club, you're in that, like, environment, everyone's laughing, you'd probably get a chuckle or two out of it. A lot of it's cliche material. It's been done for years. I don't know that anything was specifically stolen as much as it was just, it's been done to death, Maybe it's stolen from a million different people over the years. But it wasn't dreadful. You weren't watching it like, oh my God. Like, I think a lot of it is better than some of the other specials we've watched and made fun of. But then you get to the end, and I won't spoil, if you haven't seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about when you get there. It is such a dramatic shift in tone. It's frankly stunning. So I recommend, and I recommend if you're going to watch it, don't fast forward, don't skip ahead. Take the whole journey, because then it really has an impact on you when the other shoe drops.
when the apple hits, let's say.
Yes, when we have our Apple moment.
Yes. Cameo Blind Mike 571-499. When will Louis and Jay invite you on Story Wars? That's a good question.
Very sad. I'll say this in hopes it gets back to Louis. I did message him. They're doing Story Wars at Mohegan Sun. I'm sad to say this, but I deserve a beating if you make fun of me for it. I messaged him, and I said, Louis, I'll be at the Story Wars at Mohegan Sun. I know I'm not a name, but I know that people bail. It's outside of the city. I go, if you need anyone, keep me in mind.
Aww.
Crickets. So I went into the message thinking, I don't think they would book me on Story Wars, but it's worth a try. And then I found out my reservations were correct.
Oh man, Louis, if you're here, come on, man. You can't leave him on red. I know how that feels. I know how that feels with Mike. Oh my god. All right, so now it's time for a writer from Tom Segura from 2021.
Oh yeah, you sent this to me, and I just found it interesting. I don't think we'll spend a lot of time on it, but I do find it interesting. We've talked about Tom Segura going to the watch shop. You said this is from 2021?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so maybe he's changed his ways because this is, around the time where he was really giving it to the pores and he was really on like a rampage talking about basically how cool he was that he had money. Like that was kind of his thing for some reason. And there was a misconception with Segura. Segura seemed to think like fans were turning on him because they're like, hey, we don't, you're rich and we're poor and we don't like that. But it was kind of just he wasn't being funny. Like, there was nothing funny to it. It was just like, hey guys, I bought a new watch. I bought a new car. And we're supposed to go, oh, nice. But it was not an act. Maybe this is just something that happens. Maybe this is his management team. I don't know how this stuff works. So maybe it's not Segura directly. But this is an exhausting piece of literature that you sent me. I don't know how. We're not going to be able to get through all of it, certainly. Like
there's like 70% legal talk around the Whole Foods platters that it needs. Like it is very unuseful talk. That's why it caught my eye, because it's like a lawyer drew up the writer. I've seen writers before. I worked at recording studios. Yeah. Some can be ridiculous. Some can be a test by the agency to see if the recording studios or
the famous story of what band was it that like wanted all green M&Ms or something like that?
Right. It's basically like, do you give a fuck about us? If you make any attempt, that's cool, But this seems to be more serious because it's so specific. And also, he must own stock in Whole Foods / Amazon,
The idea of a rider, I get if you're like, hey, I want a Diet Coke before the show. Make sure that's in the fridge, something like if you have like certain specific foods or drinks you want, I think that perfectly makes sense. Is he moving into the green room? Like,
possibly.
Start listing some stuff. I don't know how anyone could consume all of this.
Right, so we start off with the technical. This purpose is for a technical rider. No guarantee for the best performance situation. It's to guarantee the best performance situation. And so we'll get this rolling here. Dressing room. All right. Effort has been made to simplify dressing room hospitality needs for dinner buyouts. And so please make sure.
This is the simplest option that they've prepared.
Correct. Please make sure to pre-order the platters from Whole Foods, as they require 72-hour minimum advance notice. No prepackaged platters. This is prepared by Whole Foods catering department. So you get 3 days notice that you have to do this.
How many people is he bringing with him?
It seems like he's bringing a team. So here's some of the stuff that they need. They need 2 well-lit, well-ventilated, capable of being locked dressing rooms. That seems fine. With a full-length mirror, comfortable furniture, for exclusive use, this is bold, of Tom Segura and feature comic. All right, that's
makes sense.
That
makes sense.
Well, and here's the purchasers shall provide water: 12 bottles of Fiji water, equivalent to 2 to 6 packs. Room temperature, please, in the dressing room. 2 Pellegrino sparkling waters, 2 sugar-free Red Bulls, 4 Stumptown cold brew coffees, glass or nitro can, please. Fresh ice for drinks. 1 small fresh veggie tray, crudité. Ordered in advance per instructions above from Whole Foods. Only get stuff from Whole Foods. 1 pound of fresh cut turkey, bag of trail mix,
bag of
a pound of turkey.
What are they going through?
I don't know. as slices. It's turkey slices.
So I'm assuming he's inviting people. You know,
He's throwing a party.
His publicist is there. His openers. If he's got friends in town, whatever. There's a bunch of people there. But are they showing up to a Tom Segura show? I'm famished. I need a turkey sub. Like what?
Well, if so, he's only got turkey slices because he's only got 2 apples, 2 pears, 1 bag of trail mix, one thing of bananas. So everything's for him except the turkey, who he gives out to his people. But he has 1 box of Annie Cheddar's bunnies at Whole Foods. That's very important. If not available, 4 perfect peanut butter bars or Gamarco Marco bars.
I like that he gives them options.
Yes. 1 small bottle of hand sanitizer. That's in bold.
They get to have a little fun with it. I like that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Kleenex.
don't lock into the cheddar, whatever the fuck they are. You can get some peanut butter bars, whatever you are feeling.
Now, this is where I had to Google and see what this is. I'm still confused. Dinner and bus stock buyout of $250. Cash to be given to our manager at load-in. Preferable dominations, 10 20s and 5 10s. So the club has to give them cash or food money for the dinner and the bus stock. So they have to stock their bus. So Tom Segura gets his bus stocked by the fucking club.
It stops. They're doing his grocery shopping.
Yes, essentially, yes. That's why they're going to Whole Foods. Amazing.
And this is, I'm sure, some poor fucking intern that works at whatever arena he's playing, right? Like, who's
the worst job you can have, dude? This is the worst job you can have in all of entertainment, getting someone's rider together.
And I do feel like, I don't know what Segura is like behind the scenes or anything, obviously, but it does feel as if if there's this type of list up for a rider, it does seem like the type of person who would ask for this will also cause a fit if anything is missing. If it's if there's no Fiji waters, this kid is gonna be fucking reamed out. So,
bro, if those are Dasani's, someone's getting fired in 3 seconds.
Well, that I can agree with, actually.
we all also agree.
Dasani is terrible, but
this last part here is about the coffee and tea setup, which is very important to Tom. Purchaser shall supply a tea and hot water setup with 1 clean electric tea kettle, not a carafe, coffee pot or pot that has ever brewed coffee before. This cannot be something that's brewed coffee before, Mike. This has to be virgin coffee material for Tom to drink it.
No, I don't know what a carafe is. Is that?
I think it's just one of the things you put coffee on.
Okay.
I have, or it's a thing that heats up the coffee itself.
Yeah, so they're buying what will become mainstays in that dressing room, or is Tom taking these with him when he leaves town?
No, he can't take it because that would be using it twice. So he needs to go to another place and get it. And then finally here, tea setup should include honey, small fresh pieces of ginger, and a lemon with a knife, cut, spoons, and 4 mugs. This should be dedicated solely for the tour and not a shared setup. So this is just for Tommy Boy.
I will not sip tea out of the cup that's been used.
And that is the Tom Segura rider.
I don't want to think of anyone using this prior to me. I also like that it's specific for, so he's got the tea boys. Like there's 4 guys that drink tea.
Mm-hmm. Guys, we got the tea. Get over here.
Every time. And none of them their mouths will not touch previously used mugs.
No. Is that a carafe? Get it out of here.
Oh, what an exhausting diva this guy must be, huh?
My guess is 2021, that's light. 2024, he's going to need a tour of the watches from your city. He's going to need all the expensive jewels brought in front of him to look at. He's sort of, I bet he treats himself a little more like a king or a monarch now. That was modest, Tom Segura.
I'd be curious. Maybe I'd be curious to know what Shane Gillis's rider is, or Nate Bargatze, or any of these other guys that are playing the size venues that Segura is. Maybe this is his agent being overly or whoever, someone on his team being overly cautious. Oh, Tom, he wants a new mug. It could be his team, I guess. But if Tom's aware of this, that's crazy.
If it's his team,
do this.
You got to get a team like that, because that team knows you inside and out. They know you want pears. They know exactly how you want your hot tea set up. That is an agent, baby.
1 pound of turkey.
Yes. What the fuck? Slices. All right, Mike. That's ridiculous. Now, let's get to something else ridiculous. Louis C.K.'s special, Ridiculous.
On Netflix, yes, Louis C.K. was greeted back into the world. Netflix allowed him. They said, "Hey, we'll treat you like a human again. You know, if you have a special worthy of being on a mainstream platform, then we will allow it finally." So Louis C.K. made his return to Netflix with Ridiculous, and I saw a variety of reviews. I saw very varying takes on this special, so I wanted to weigh in. I did write a review for it on Patreon, so you could have checked that out if you were a member. But I'll just give briefly my thoughts on it here, because I saw people saying it was like, I saw people criticizing it. And when I read criticisms of Louis, similar to the movie he made, 4th of July, when that came out, that I very much enjoyed, but then you read criticisms of it and you're like, oh, you're not criticizing the work, you're criticizing the man. Like, you've decided you don't like Louis anymore and you're criticizing him for existing. Like, a lot of the criticism is like, oh, and it's been the same for the last 4 specials he's put out, that he didn't talk about the controversy. It's like, well, that's just not what this is. It's a different thing. It's not what you were looking for, evidently. So I thought it's by far the best special that's been put out in 2026. I thought it was refreshing after watching, I think the last special I watched before this was the worst special of 2026, Tony Hinchcliffe, Man of the People. So watching this was a breath of fresh air. I think it's one of Louis' better specials, but it's not one I would show to non-Louis fans. That may be the other disconnect, is I think if you didn't necessarily like the last 3 specials he put out, then you're not going to like this one. This isn't going to change your mind on Louis and make you into a fan of his. But I did think it was great, and I thought it was just as a piece of art very good, because something Louis was great at and something he made his name on was talking about very relatable subjects in an absurd way, but not so absurd that people couldn't relate to it. Like, people felt where it was coming from. Like, he would talk about hating his kids and being miserable in his marriage. And some of that, like the marriage stuff, was probably more rooted in reality. But the stuff with the kids was exaggerated, purposely so. It was purposely absurd. This stuff, and this especially, talks about getting older and having to put his dad in a home. And it felt like, while it was absurd to a degree, it was more rooted in reality, where he has a complicated relationship with his father. And there's a level of guilt putting someone in a home like this, where you're kind of saying, like, hey, we're putting you here to die. I don't feel like taking care of you, or I'm not able to take care of you. And so we're just putting you here. And you're too old to fight back, so you have no choice in the matter. And it is an ultimately kind of sad decision that a lot of families have to make. And he made it very funny. And he talked about aging in a way that I thought was very original and funny, and wasn't the same kind of cliche stuff. And there was a little more silliness to it that was kind of reminiscent of early Louis. But there was a different tone. There was a little like Jeselnik element to some of the misdirects. But I thought they all landed. Like, I thought he kind of took risks with some of those, because they can, some of the things he did could come off corny if done wrong. But I think Louis' tone and delivery is so good. And I thought it was like fun and silly out of the gate, and then gets darker and more grim as the special goes on. But it's not, it's talking about these subjects that are serious and relatable in a way that does make you laugh, while also go, that is kind of true. Like something Louis is great at, where it's never preachy, but it is talking about serious matters. So I thought it was great. I think it's the best special that's been released so far this year. And part of the main, I don't usually review specials on the show. I kind of liked doing Tony a couple weeks ago. So I thought give a good one a try this week. But part of the reason I wanted to review it is, like, I feel like we are in a desert of specials lately. I feel like there has, other than this one, Louis, Ridiculous, there hasn't been a special I've like really loved that's been released this year. So I don't know. Maybe there's some good ones coming out in the second half of the year, but it's been pretty dry so far. Maybe people are, and I guess there are some. Like, I checked out Pete Holmes' special, and like on paper, it's very funny. Like, I think a lot of the stuff he came up with was very funny. Pete Holmes is just a lot. his delivery is very loud and drawn out, and it's exhausting at times. So I just don't love the way Pete Holmes packages some of his stuff. But like the concepts were all very funny, and a lot of the jokes were funny. But other than that, I can't think of a lot of. I watched Dan Mintz's special, which was like a unique thing and funny. But there was nothing that I was like, boy, this is great, until I saw this special. So I'd be curious what you guys think. Let me know in the comments, because I saw very mixed reviews. It seemed like people on Patreon that were commenting agreed with me ultimately. But I've seen in various other forms like real criticism of it, which I was surprised by. So I'll be curious to hear what you guys think. But those were my 2 cents on it.
The criticism I saw, Mike, was that it wasn't really against Louis. It was against just the state of comedy, and that like everything's like lowered, and so we're accepting this as like the new good bar of Louis. But when you compare it to Shameless, it doesn't even come close. So
I don't agree with that, really. I thought, I by the way, I wrote in my review, I don't think it's as funny as Shameless or Hilarious or Chewed Up.
Shameless might be the best ever.
I don't think it's his funniest special, but he's 58 or whatever he is.
Hey.
Like, I don't think you put out your best special in your late 50s, early 60s. You know? I don't think there's a lot of I think the fact that it's even close. Like, I thought it was the next notch down, maybe. Like, I would kind of compare it to Oh My God or one of those specials that he put, which is still very good. But to even be on that level at his age, I think is impressive. But yeah, you're right. I saw a lot of that where it was like, oh, we're just accepting shitty comedy now. I didn't think it was that at all. I thought there was a lot of really unique stuff. Like, I think the stuff about the nursing home is a topic you don't hear broached a lot. Like I said, he talks about aging, much like he did with, raising, being a parent or planes. Like, he's done it with these topics that were kind of brushed off as hack at a time. Where it's like, oh, if you're doing airplane material, you're a hack. But Louis took on planes in such a unique way and put such a different spin on it that you were like, okay, well, that's acceptable. If you're going to do something like that, that's not hack. That's a totally original thing. And that's what I felt like he did with aging in this special, where it was a totally unique. I didn't get that at all, and I'm a guy who's been disappointed by a lot of the specials this year. So I thought it was a breath of fresh air. But you're right, that was a lot of the criticism I saw, where it's like, oh, more horse shit. Even Louis sucks now, and I was very surprised by that because I thought it was great.
I think the comment sections have taken over everything. Like, fandom is taken over by the comment section. We don't love anything anymore. We just wait to shit on it.
You know, that is true. Where if there were fucking comments on for every episode of Frasier, this one fucking sucks. Another Niles episode. This is fucking bullshit. You know, like, maybe everything would have been criticized this way, so we do pay too much attention to the comments. I don't know if we get out of that as people get more used to that stuff existing. But yeah, you're right. I think there's an element of that where the comments do kind of rule how people think about it. Like, you know, I think so many people called Tony Hinchcliffe's special the worst special of the year, including myself, that it's now impossible to go into it and enjoy it. And I would argue that was the case before. but maybe someone would have found it really good. But now they're kind of influenced, like their brain is warped because there are all these reviews about it. So, you know, maybe it's not a good thing. And I'm saying that as someone who does it, you know?
Absolutely.
Yay, super chats.
I got a few here. So Haiti with a 20 Swedish krona. Maybe that's why we call it The Maze.
I have no idea what that's in reference to.
I don't either. If you put it in the chat, so Haiti, I will. You don't have to pay. I will try to find the reference for it so we can. Yeah.
Thank you.
Box Eating Dad, $1.99. The great Box Eating Dad. Rotten pepperoni, Lindsey Graham. Aw.
No.
Did you hear, Mike? The gayest senator in America is dead.
He's no longer with us. I know he just left Russia or something.
Ukraine. He was just in Ukraine, so a
There's
day
a
ago. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure everything. Nothing to see here. We're all good. And another one of our senators. No one's seen him in a month, but everything's good there too.
I have heard Mitch McConnell's doing very well. So that's the good news, at least.
That's great. Yeah, well, let's not let our senators get to 1,000 years old, people. Come on, we can do better than this. Ray DeVito, the gummy smoker, amazing picture with the $2 Canadian. That is a standard writer. You boys new to showbiz.
Is that right?
It's not standard because a standard writer will say like have candy, have tap or room temperature water, have Kleenex. They won't say specifically get shit from Whole Foods 72 hours in advance and bring $250 so you can restock our bus.
I will say the 72 hours in advance, my guess is that's been a problem they've run into before. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that feels like something like, hey, they've tried to get it a day ahead before, and it doesn't work. You need to order. You know what I mean? Like, so that I do get, but it just felt like a lot of stuff. New mugs, stuff we can take on our bus with us. That felt like a lot to me. But yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe that is more standard than I realize.
And also, a good, why not? Like, if you're in that position, ask for everything. If they don't give you everything, you know, it doesn't cost you anything.
Sure, it just feels like something Segura would make fun of. Would you do that? You know what I mean? Like, do that. The hey, I bought Bird a Lamborghini. Okay, I bought a jet ski. It's like we're not making anything funny with that. That is a thing him and Christina could read through and make fun of him for while still doing it. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying don't enjoy your wealth and your position in life. You should absolutely enjoy it. But also, you can make fun of it. When you're like the schlubby guy who had these stories about, being overweight and shit like that, like, you can make this into comedy, and Segura just hasn't done that in the last, 5 years, 6 years.
Why would he do that, Mike? That's not his job. He's not oh, wait. All right, Saucepan 28, $1.99. Jesus, it's a carafe, like a giraffe. What the fuck?
I tried to. Did you notice I tried to gently correct you?
Yeah. I have never drinking a cup of coffee in my life. Mike.
And I said, what is a carafe exactly? As if I wasn't correcting you, but
it sounded a little Muslim to me. So I was a little scared of it. But yeah, I've never drinking coffee one day in my life, so I have no idea what anything's called.
I don't know that you need to drink coffee to know it's not a carafe.
Well, I don't, so I don't know either. And finally, I'm a guy that thought that you could rewind live TV, Mike. Clean like a man, N1J, $5. Huge gearhead, and I'm confused, Mike. When I ask if it was okay, but check me out on Whatnot at Clean Like a Man. I stream 3 days a week and love to laugh. A little plug for Clean Like a Man.
Oh, yes. I don't know exactly what he's talking about, but go check him out.
Yeah, well, get your plugs in, people. All right. Speaking of plug, McCusker's wife got a plug in, huh?
She sure. Well, that joke may come up verbatim, actually. So, the Story Wars episode has finally been released. The one we've all been waiting for. We have a couple of videos where we've talked about, if you're not up to date on this story. A few weeks ago, we talked about Sam Tripoli being kind of an eyewitness on the scene. He saw, I don't know that Sam Tripoli even saw the punch or was just in the room after it happened and kind of talked to people about it. But Sam Tripoli's still the only person I've really heard acknowledge this. Then a couple weeks later, we played a clip of Timmy No Brakes alluding to taking a punch for the Legion of Skanks guys. So that's all we've gotten. Matt and Shane haven't talked about it. I haven't heard it come up anywhere else. Even the Legion of Skanks guys, who you would think would be talking about that, they alluded to a situation at the mothership that they can't talk about. I don't know if there are elements to this that have carried on, or if it's some broader bit that, which I hate now that you have to add, is this a bit where it's going to be like, we got you by telling you this thing happened. Oh, okay, terrific. But the point is, allegedly, Timmy No Brakes was punched by Matt McCusker's wife, who is a podcaster, by the way. I did look into it. The last episode uploaded of her podcast is around the time that Jasleen Singh started ruining Akash's life. It could be a total coincidence, or maybe Matt McCusker said, "Hey, bitch, listen, there's one podcaster in this family."
There was a podcast by ladies dropped by 30% after Jasleen Singh popped her head up.
Yes, people got wide. They saw what Jasleen was doing and said, maybe this isn't for me. But the point is, we know that Brianna or Brittany, I always confuse that. Brianna McCusker, I think her name is. Brittany McCusker, right?
It's a white sorority name, whatever it is.
Someone will correct me in the chat. But she punched Timmy No Brakes. And in this episode of Story Wars, we try and piece together why. Now, I've seen a lot of takes on this that I'm a little surprised by, but I'll give you mine after we watch some of these clips. So it does start, the rattlesnake starts this. And I got to say, what a different outcome. How would this have changed history if Matt McCusker's wife punched Louis J. Gomez? How would the world of comedy be different right now? But let's hear the first mention of Matt's wife on Story Wars.
McCusker is genuinely autistic. There's a chance that he just doesn't feel things when people have emotions in front of him. I met his wife backstage. She's a bitch. I gotta be honest with you. She was so mean. It was insane.
That's crazy to say.
Yeah, because she's black, you fucking racist piece of shit.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Matt,
Chelsea Handler was right about you.
I'm trying to get on the next roast at Netflix.
Monster deflection.
So the first mention of it is Louis, and it doesn't seem like it's it seems like it's in the spirit of the show. It doesn't seem like Matt's offended by it or anything. And even Timmy's the one that's like, hey, you racist, like almost defending her in this weird way. But I will say that kind of opens the door to me. Timmy No Brakes doesn't know these guys. He's also playing this Dice-like character, which Dice is already a character. It seems odd to me that he's doing Dice. You're parodying a parody. The character itself doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but the point is he's playing a character. So I understand why he's like, oh, the door is open, Matt, to make jokes about Matt's wife, whether it's racial or just her attitude, whatever. That door has now been opened, it seems like. And I've heard that discussed in the past on podcasts Matt's on. It doesn't seem like a topic that's completely off the table. He has material about it in his act. So I would assume that that's okay to make jokes about, but let's continue here and see how it progresses. Because the first half, I had a buddy that watched this episode of Story Wars, and he texted me about halfway through and was like, where is it? There's nothing here. And then a little later, he's like, oh, I got to it. So it is very clear where there's a shift in tone on this podcast, and it's definitely the second half. By the way, if you're a Story Wars fan, spoilers. There will be points revealed in a little while. So if you haven't watched the episode yet, spoiler alert.
Timmy No Brakes.
I'm plugging Matt's wife.
Boo! This was the plug section of the show, and so he decided
so I get where that's over the line and kind of out of nowhere. That is actually the one where it's like, hey, motherfucker, I don't know you, you know? I do get if you're just outwardly like, I'm gonna fuck his wife. It did seem kind of out of nowhere. It was a little surprising. So I do get if Matt's like, what the fuck, man? What is that?
Yeah, Matt has a look on his face like, oh god, here we go.
It seems like, Louis has a little more carte blanche to be like, oh, Matt's wife's a bitch. Like they've known each other longer. So maybe Matt's is more comfortable, whereas he's like, who the fuck is this guy,
Hey, work's work.
Yeah, I get paid.
Big J.
Okay, so that's the first time we hear Timmy make any sort of joke about it. But I will say, he immediately kind of realizes maybe he overstepped.
Yeah, there's an apology up next.
Yeah.
Tony Hinchcliffe.
Don't kiss my fucking ass now. Shut up.
I said I'm gonna fuck his wife after the show. That's what I said. I didn't say anything but that. Okay, Louis. I apologize.
He's whispering to Matt off mic, right? And
Yes,
I assume the real guy, Tim Stifler or whatever his name is, I assume is leaning into Matt and being like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry if that crossed the line." And Matt, good for Matt for calling him out and being like, "No, pussy, either commit to the bit or don't. Don't apologize now. You already said it. You took the risk, and you can't really backpedal on it now." So I do get where Matt's coming from. Matt is not in the wrong at all in this, but I am a little surprised by some of the reaction because it doesn't get much worse than we're hearing. I'll interrupt as little as possible so you guys can kind of get the full context. But let's continue.
Shut up.
I said I'm gonna fuck his wife after the show. That's what I said. I didn't say anything but that. Okay, Louis. I didn't apologize as myself. I said I'm fucking your wife after the show, okay?
So you can tell he feels bad, but then tries to commit to the character. But a little while later, it does continue. He decides to bring it back up. I don't know if he's... I'm curious what his goal was here. Like, I don't know if he thought Matt was in on the joke and having fun with it, or he wanted to annoy Matt, because Matt does not at all seem to be having fun with it. He seems fine. He doesn't seem like pissy or anything, but he does seem a little like, hey, Matt, like we don't know each other that well. Take it easy.
Okay, can I actually put one more thing out there for Matt? Okay, so obviously his wife's dad abandoned her, right? And he doesn't. Sorry.
Oh, that guy had enough.
Sit down, sir. Sit
Real
down.
nice, Timmy.
Come on, buddy. Come back. It's okay.
Come on, dude. So what?
Let's
Man,
cut
all
that.
kinds
Let's
of
fucking
colored
cut that.
people go to jail.
Oh, so by the way, the story is something about a father going to jail. And I will say again, Louis makes a joke about that having to be Matt's wife. So like Louis again kind of opens the door, but like I said, Louis knows Matt better, so maybe Matt's more comfortable with that. Maybe his wife is more comfortable with Louis making jokes like that as opposed to this guy she doesn't know at all. And according to Louis, they didn't know each other either before the show. So he keeps going here. This might be maybe this is where it was cemented, but I got to say, so far, I don't hear anything where I'm like, oh, that's what got him punched for sure. You know what I mean? I'm hearing things where if you were like, oh yeah, Matt McCusker's wife doesn't really like Timmy No Brakes, I'd be like, oh yeah, I get it. But I'm not hearing anything where I'm like, well, I hope he was fucking socked after the show.
In third place with 9 points, Matt McCusker.
Matt got 9 points by story number 3, and he has not scored a single point since.
No. Just fending off attacks from my wife by these fucking scumbags. All for YouTube credit, man. That's cool.
Clout chasing pieces of shit.
So like, Matt is laughing. He seems to be a good sport with it, but he is also like, that seems serious where he's like, yeah, so you're doing this so like people on Reddit think you're cool, or people in the YouTube comments are like, oh, good for him. He made some racist jokes about Matt's wife. Like, but again, none of them seem particularly over the line. If you want to say they're like hack, like it's kind of just basic racial material, but none of it feels over the line to me yet. Maybe we'll get to it in this next clip.
You don't tell each other.
I'm playing for your wife. I've literally never met your wife. I've never said a word to her. I feel so...
No, you can't take it back now.
You're going to have to face her out there.
I thought I would be able to see her, but I guess not.
Wow. The bit is slowly taking over.
There doesn't seem to be anything where I'm like, that's definitely why I should get punched. And it is weird because it feels like the same group of fans that was defending Tony and Shane for a month, where they're like, hey, it's comedy, you know, take a joke, lady. And I've seen people say like, hey, Matt's wife didn't sign up. She's not on a roast, you know, she didn't sign up to be made fun of. True. But she's not an entirely private figure. Like, she's been out there. You know, Shane joked about her on the ESPYs. She introduced Matt at his special. She has a podcast. Like, she's not a completely private figure. So it is, I think it's certainly at least a gray area where, like, can I mention this person? I fall on the side of no. I don't want to bring up, I don't want to bring up other people's families and shit. But it seems like a strange leap to be like, yeah, she should have punched him in the face. Like that does, and by the way, I'm not totally against that either. I see a lot of people on the other side like, oh, just this jump to violence. It's like, well, sometimes when you say things, if there's a confrontation afterwards, things get physical. And the other element we don't know, and yes, I do understand the double standard. If he did it to her, obviously, would be talking about it much differently. It's just the way life is. I'm sorry. But we don't know how it escalated backstage. Was Timmy like, hey, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that as she was approaching? Or did she, Did she just walk up and sock him? There were no words exchanged, or was he kind of an asshole backstage that escalated this? We don't know any of that. It seems like, based on his demeanor and the fact that he was apologizing to Matt, I'd be surprised if it escalated backstage. But I don't know. Listening to those clips and the compilation, I originally saw the compilation on Reddit. I went through the full episode to see if there was anything else, and there really wasn't. Based on that, I don't know how it jumps to her punching him in the face. Like, that feels very weak to me. It doesn't seem like anything where it's like, oh, that's what. Now, to be fair, now that I'm rethinking some of the jokes, the fact that he was like, I'm plugging Matt's wife. Also, if she's backstage, like having a couple drinks and she hears that, she might be like, who is this motherfucker? You know? So there are a lot of elements to this that we don't know. But based on that clip, I'm surprised how many comedy fans are like, he had it coming. Good for her. Like, he deserved it. Because based on those clips, it doesn't seem like he deserved it. If Matt was annoyed at him or Matt had words with him or something like that, I can understand that more than her just fucking socking him in the face. But, you know, I'll be curious if any more comes out about it because no one's really talked about it at all.
Yeah, it seems like when Shane Gillis brought her up on the was that roast or whatever, ESPYs, that sort of probably opened this kind of topic up for other sort of hackier comedians. You know, if Shane Gillis can talk about it.
And there's like a famous clip of like Mark Normand on the show where he finds out Matt's wife is black. Like, it's part of Matt's material that he's had both of his ex-wife and his current wife are both African American. Like, it's been a thing that's been talked about on podcasts, on stage. So I don't think of that as like some off limit thing. There's nothing Timmy said where I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. Like, I was waiting for like a holy shit moment from that, and I don't know, it really wasn't there. There was nothing I haven't heard before in terms of like racial humor. Again, I get her being offended by some of it maybe, or being like, who the fuck is this guy? I'm just surprised it jumped to a level where she's hitting him. And like I said, maybe something happened backstage to escalate that.
All right, Mike, that was some comedy. Now it's time for some anti-comedy. A little Tim Heidecker.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to this first one. We're easing into Tim Heidecker because then it really just bums you out what he's doing after. But I found this interesting. I stumbled upon this where Tim Heidecker was interviewing Ken Marino, and I think David Wayne is the other guy's name. Ken Marino's a guy very funny and like a bunch of stuff. You've seen him in Role Models, Eastbound and Down. Like, you've seen him in a ton of shit. Very funny, character actor. He's written a lot of the stuff that he's been in. Funny guy, as is, I assume, David Wayne. But they were on We Might Be Drunk a few weeks ago, and I would describe the appearance at this level. As I was listening to it, I considered clipping it for the show, and then was kind of like, nah, it wasn't really worth. Like, there wasn't anything that crazy, but it was definitely a little awkward. And I thought on both, attributed to both parties. I thought Sam and Mark were a little weird in their interview style, as they often can be when they don't know the guest. And I thought the guests were a little too... It seemed like they weren't having real conversation. They were very jokey, and maybe that's their general style, but it didn't work when you're just trying to have a natural conversation. It seemed a little weird at times, disjointed and uncomfortable. Just two magnets facing the same direction. They were just kind of bouncing off each other. And so that gets brought up. Tim Heidecker is always looking to go at these comedians, to the point where he had drops of Mark Normand that he kept playing throughout the episode, not just in this little bit here, but throughout the episode. We've heard him like take random shots at Bert Kreischer before. He made a whole Kill Tony sketch. He is not a fan of this group of comedians and tries to really get them to go in on Mark Normand here.
Sometimes you're not always going to vibe with the guys you're hanging out with, I think, right, on these shows. We caught notice of this. People are talking about this. You guys did this Mark Normand show.
Yes.
Oh, right.
What? Yes.
Did you read the comments on that?
I did.
You haven't talked about this yet.
No.
All right, guys, stop.
Hell yeah. Yeah, if you're not familiar with this format, he has two sound effect guys that run sound effects the entire show I mean, imagine me times 10 times
it's
2.
It's very, and I think they're going for this. Like, I think it's a parody of that. But it reminded me a lot of, on Family Guy, like Weenie in the Butt or whatever it was.
Yes.
Like, it was a lot of just and I think, again, purposely so, but obnoxious sound effects, and it was just constant throughout. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Vic Berger and God, I forget the other guy's name, but these guys were the editors for Tim and Eric, and so like they are absurdists. None of these guys like comedy. I mean, the real comedy. That's their gig.
I didn't think much about it when we
I
did
didn't
it.
either. I thought it was perfectly fine.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I have thoughts about it.
And do you want to share them?
I'll share, but they're loving thoughts.
Okay.
I like.
For the backstory though is I've been on, for my money, the biggest press push of anything I've ever done.
Yes.
I've talked about.
You guys are the face of this movie.
And Zoe Deutsch and the rest of the cast.
And John Slattery.
But are they doing? They're doing press.
Yeah,
too?
everybody
Okay.
is.
But for this one, it was right. It was the day after.
I'll be
premiere.
Mark Norman. This is what it felt like to me. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Well, for this one, it was.
Oh.
It was.
Oh, really?
It was after the Tribeca.
I don't even get Tim's contention with Mark is that like his voice is goofy.
Yeah, he's got a Seinfeld-esque sound to his, a whine to his. Yeah.
Yeah, Tim seems to be very bitter, and you can see he wants them to go in on Norman, and it's not really working because Ken Marino will get to it, but he's like, yeah, we've been doing a lot of press, and it was a little uncomfortable, but on both of our parts. But Tim wants so badly for them to have hated Mark Norman. Specifically also, like Sam gets a little shrapnel here, but it's mostly Mark that Tim wants them to hate for some reason.
It's such a weird target for Tim because Mark Norman is like nothing. He's funny, he's like, it's not polarizing at all.
Exactly. He's not polarizing at all, but he goes on Joe Rogan. So I guess he's an enemy of Tim Heidecker now.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Film festival premiere, and we woke up the next morning. We had a bunch of stuff to do. We ran up there. We did a bunch of little things, and then they threw us in this room with these guys, and we did an interview.
Oh, okay.
And I have to say, like, we did 200 interviews, and they're all fine. They all seem fine. And then I see this one, which I remember is fine, and then the comments are like...
I know. It's first of all, it seems like a very uncomfortable environment. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was, but it looks like it's just weird in there. The seating is weird.
Why? Why does it look weird in there? Yeah, you tell me, Casey. I can't see. Does the We Might Be Drunk, does it look weird in there or uncomfortable?
It looks like homey. Like you could have a beer in there. It looks nice.
It's the spin they want to put on these podcasts. Like they want to. This is what I was talking about with Rogan earlier, where it's like they want it to make it to be evil. If it's something you don't enjoy, that's perfectly fine. But they're like, man, it seems like you were going into a dungeon. It's like, no.
No, they got their walls full of pictures. There's books on the table, like framed. There's even a wired telephone. This is a vibe.
I'm sure it's fine. And again, so the way Sam and Mark do it is like they'll just be kind of shooting the shit and the guests will just enter. And I get where that's not traditional. Maybe a lot of the shows these guys are going on, they're not used to that, to just walking into a conversation that's already happening. So I get where that can be maybe slightly weird, but it's not like this malicious. It's almost designed to make them more comfortable. It's not this.
Mike, there's a skateboard on the wall, Mike. There's a skateboard on the wall. This is a comfortable place.
How could they do that to them?
Yes, how dare they?
Here's what I will say. I don't know much of their work. I tried to look up a little bit of their stuff.
They're like
they seem like fine
comedy
guys.
style. They're like comedy style or stand up.
Yeah, and they feel to me like Long Island.
The way he said that, by the way.
Very judgmental. Like it's evil. like it's this nasty thing you could be.
Comedy sellers.
Island guys, and I'm a Long Island guy.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna walk in and we're gonna have banter and we're gonna just joke around.
That didn't happen.
And when I walked in, they both looked a little tired.
Yeah.
There was no one guy was like, I was hungover.
Yeah, he was at the Knicks game or something. Yeah.
And the other guy just seemed like he was, a little tired. And so I walked in and the show's called We Might Be Drunk.
Right.
And there's booze all over the place.
Yeah.
And there's a bar.
And no one's offering you a drink.
And I'm like, do we start with? I was trying to understand what the show was.
He was trying to play along, when in Rome, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like you quickly surmised that this was going to be like a bomb for everybody, and you just kind of shut down.
No, I don't think
I
that.
didn't.
No, no, I didn't.
Me too.
Yeah, it seemed like you quickly put a gun in your mouth and wanted to take your own life, right, Ken? No.
Not consciously. I was like, here, we're doing the interview.
Oh, so you guys made a movie. What's that like? That was the energy. I don't get it. I don't get why anybody would want to like hear
Well, I
from
did
that
say
guy.
I did say at one point.
Ouch!
I don't get why anybody would hear from that guy. Is that what he said? Why anybody would hear from him?
Want to hear from that guy? Yeah.
And by the way, what they asked was, which I actually thought was very interesting, because these guys have made movies themselves. Like they've done a lot of stuff themselves, and they are credited for like you don't necessarily think of them as being the minds behind certain movies that people love, like Wanderlust, Role Models, shit like that. That was very funny. And so Sam and Mark are making a movie this summer. They wrote a movie, and they said, hey, as two guys that did this yourself, do you have any advice for us on making a movie? And I thought Ken Moreno actually gave them really good advice. And I thought it was interesting. You just, as a listener, I thought that was actually an interesting part of the conversation. And Tim Heidecker's like, yeah, what a piece of shit question, huh?
Who wants to talk to this guy? This guy is Mark Norman. It's the funniest guy you could pick out of all of them. Tim.
I always think it's interesting, and I try not to do this when I've talked to people where there's like an angle. I'm trying to think. I feel like Tom Myers might be a good example of this, but not really. Like to lead them, like you know that they might hate this person that you're talking about. But to like lead them into, like, just let them decide. You didn't hate the experience. Interesting, you know?
That's
like,
a Kevin Brennan thing. You hate him, don't you?
Yes, Tim Heidecker is so leading them into being like, boy, that was a miserable experience, huh? And they're like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I would go that far. Whereas if you approached it the other way, if you were like, hey, was that fun? It seemed like an interesting time. Maybe they would be like, it was actually a little awkward.
Yeah.
They seemed hungover. They seemed weird. But Tim is bashing them so heavily that Ken Marino has no choice but to be like, it was fine. It wasn't that bad.
Well, it's so cynical from Tim because he's like literally knowing that they are just two agreeable guys. He's like, I'll just say that Mark Norman sucks, and these agreeable guys will say that he does suck, and then they push back. And he's like, damn.
Right. Honestly, it seems like Tim just wanted friends. He wanted to go on Reddit, basically. What he should have done is just gone on the We Might Be Drunk subreddit and been like, hey, that interview sucked, right? And he'd find a lot of people that agreed with him.
This is the guy that made Tom Goes to the Mayor, like one of the funniest shows ever. I don't understand.
We'll get to his creative endeavors. Don't you worry, kid. If you want nostalgia for how creative Tim Heidecker can be, we're about to get there. But
don't ruin it for me. Damn it.
I did say at one point, like he's like, have you guys written any other movies together? And I was like, did you do your research?
Yeah.
So maybe I might have come off a little antagonistic.
And it's so lazy because like a lot of the show is you guys all just looking at a screen off camera.
Well, but see, because
they kept putting up stuff, like you guys do.
You go on different shows.
But most of the time they didn't.
Play another kazoo sound effect, Tim.
Yeah. By the way, Ozempic treating Tim nicely. By the way, yeah, he's looking nice and skinny. Skinny as ever looked.
I never thought of him as a bigger guy.
Yeah, he's always kind of a chunkier fella.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Didn't put it up on the screen. It was just you guys like,
right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, every show has a different energy and a vibe.
How do you rate this versus that? Just honestly.
I feel like we're at home here.
Yeah.
From 0 to 0.5, how do you rate this?
Yes. I'm better than them, right? Please tell me.
We're part of the.
All right. Cool.
You're an old friend. It's like walking into it's like coming into like your family.
Yeah.
And so it's
also
it's very
we know
easy.
that we come in here and jokes going back and forth will be understood.
Yeah.
Because we're in of the same comedic ilk, or at least related.
All right. Unless you start.
There's a Mark Norman. You hear the Mark Norman sample.
There's a bunch.
Just keep playing him.
Speaking Yiddish to me, which I don't understand.
Well, that's a Jewish thing.
Yeah. Anyways, it's all in good fun.
You know,
and you harbor no ill will, but their audience thought you guys were the worst.
Yeah, they really were like, I'm turning this one off
You
the first time ever.
harbor ill will. Have some ill will. I've got some right here for you.
Let me show you the comments. Let me bring them up one by one for you. Jesus.
Yeah, no, guys, don't you understand? You were hated.
Waste of time. Total waste of time.
You were reviled. Let me read what a piece of shit these people thought you were. Hold on a second. Maybe this will rile you up.
Go into Reddit here. Hold on 1 second.
What do they want?
I will say this. I will say this. I read all the comments. Yeah. And I will say this. Some of their audience felt that way, and then there were a lot of people defending us and saying things about them.
Right.
And I thought both were unfair. I think it was just bad timing.
It was oil and vinegar, oil and water.
We were just all tired, but I thought that there were nice elements, parts of it. They pulled out a section where we gave advice about movie making because they're making a movie. You read all those comments.
I can't wait to see that movie from them.
No,
not an inch. Not an inch.
What a cunt. what an angry cunt.
He's not giving an inch, Mike.
Yeah, can't wait. Ken Marino's having this nice moment where he's like, no, there were good parts. Yeah, can't wait to see that piece of shit they're making.
It is a hate. He really hates these people.
And by the way, I do get, maybe there's an element of this. This is why people like Tim Heidecker. You know what I mean? I do give him credit. Like if I was a fan of his or I disliked these guys, maybe I would appreciate it more. Because I don't mind calling people out, but it just seems like he's so miserable and trying to get them to be on his level. And they're like, no, it was fine. It's the worst approach to take. He should have gone at it the other way. Where he's like, oh, you didn't have a good time? Tell me more about that. You know, like that would have been more interesting. But he's so angry that these guys kind of they have no choice but to offset him and be like, no, it wasn't that bad.
He literally went, you're not dating that boy, little missy. And then she went, snuck out and fucked him. Where if he's like, hey, I'm bringing the boy over. We're doing Sundays every Sunday with this boy. She'd be like, ugh, get this boy out of here.
Yeah, can't wait to see that piece of shit they're making.
Listen, there were no negative things said about it. It was 99% like, oh, this is so cool. But when you started from the beginning,
it's awkward.
It's awkward at the top.
Which sometimes that's going to happen.
To me,
sometimes that's going to happen. See, they willed him into being like, all right, fine. I guess I'm not going to get you to talk shit about these guys.
He really tried. Holy shit.
He was so excited, and it didn't make sense to include the drop. They're just out of context. But it seemed like the first 20 minutes of the podcast, they keep playing those Mark Norman drops that you heard, almost as like some subliminal thing to be like, now get ready to hate this guy. Get ready. Here's this menacing voice that you're going to despise in 20 minutes. We'll get you there. It's like Pavlov's dog or something.
All right, now we check in with Tim and Alex Jones.
Yeah, so Tim has multiple feuds he's working on. This one is much more known, I think. Although people, I'm sure I'm reminding a lot of you. Remember Tim Heidecker is in charge of InfoWars now? He's the face of it?
Yes.
Well, I think a lot of people don't because who gives a fuck? It was months ago, right?
Yes, like 4 months ago, and they've done 3 uploads, I think, total.
I couldn't believe, so you sent me this, and I had actually seen it. I almost brushed it off because I scrolled by an Instagram clip of what we're about to play. Just a clip on Instagram. And I scrolled by it because I was like, oh, this is an old thing. You know what I mean? Like they uploaded the original clip that they did 4 months ago. When you sent it to me, I noticed that it was uploaded an hour prior to YouTube. This was posted on Friday. I think Thursday night it was on InfoWars, and then Friday they posted it to all the InfoWars YouTube and all that shit. I couldn't believe this is what they are doing months later. They're still in this bit?
Yes, it's I think they have like families of dead children that they feel like they have to do stuff for.
This is if you went, oh, what's Mel Brooks up to, and he was still going at Hitler. It's like we got it, Mel. It's over.
Yeah. Happy 100, by the way, Mel Brooks, 100-year-old man.
That's right.
Tim versus Alex. Here we go.
But our big story is new evidence proves Alex Jones is dead and has been replaced by an imposter. 1 week ago, InfoWars published leaked footage.
Wait. It's you, right? Aren't you Alex Jones in this?
Yes.
What is this exhausting bit now that we're still doing months later? You're Alex Jones, right?
Takes me right out of the bit immediately.
The joke is that you're now Alex Jones, no? So who's talking?
Wouldn't it be, I'm dead now. Look, I just died. Wouldn't it be that?
So is he playing Tim Heidecker? Who is he in this?
He's playing Tim Heidecker, playing Alex Jones, talking about the real Alex Jones. That's what's really happening, but I don't know where the comedy is in that.
So I'll try and go along with this. Alex Jones is reporting that Alex Jones is dead. Okay.
Yes.
Replaced by an imposter.
Oh, he's the imposter. He might be the imposter. So the real Alex Jones is dead, replaced by the imposter who is Tim Heidecker doing Alex Jones.
Spoiler alert, that's what I thought too. No.
Oh, damn it.
We'll see as we get there. That's not correct. That would actually make sense. If he was investigating the imposter and it was him, maybe that would be an interesting bit. That's not where they decided to go.
Damn it.
1 week ago, InfoWars published leaked footage appeared to show Alex Jones popping like a balloon.
Shit.
It raises a question, if that is true, who has been broadcasting as Alex Jones ever since? We have a growing body of evidence supporting a single theory that a man currently appearing on the Alex Jones network is not, in fact, Alex Jones. So we got the evidence here.
It's you! Right?
Yes, you're explaining comedy to an anti-comedy guy.
I don't get. Now, I got to say, I will give Tim credit. All the comments are like, genius. Way to get him, Tim. You've turned it on its ear. You've skewered Alex Jones. Fantastic. But to me, the bit was that they bought the website. You know what I mean? Like that they bought Alex Jones's property, that they own InfoWars now. That was the joke. 4 months later, Alex Jones has moved on. I'm sure Alex Jones is still doing his thing where he bitches about it and makes content out of it, whatever. But like, to me, am I supposed to be like, oh man, he's giving it to Alex. This is happening on InfoWars? What a great parody.
The year-long dragging of Alex continues.
Well, but listen though, I'll give him this. If you think they're going too light on Alex, just wait. Just you wait.
Here, you can take a look at this up on the screen. We're comparing high-resolution photographs of Jones taken before April 30th against broadcast stills of the man who has appeared on the Alex Jones program since May 1st. So the wrinkle pattern across the forehead does not match. As our guest, one of our callers last week, Tim, had mentioned, the face is a map, and now we're seeing this.
Are you Tim? That's your name.
He is Tim. Yes. He ran out of names.
I get. Is this the bit? Like, is it like because you keep calling it anti-comedy? Is it? Does that mean it's not supposed to be funny?
I think now I'm going to they're trying to woo the really dumb Alex Jones fans that will believe any conspiracy theory. So now they're trying to say, well, if we make conspiracy theories about Alex, maybe we can start splintering up his people,
or even just to rile them up to be like, hey, this is over the line. You don't joke about a man being dead.
This is like how liberals attack. They don't. We don't understand how to attack things. So
it's tough. We're like I said, Shane Gillis did the only worthwhile Trump parody throughout Trump's entire presidency. I think even still, or it's why I complimented SNL for doing that Tucker Carlson impression, because it was an impression, a parody of someone making a joke out of them without going, hi, I'm Tucker Carlson and I'm a retard. It's like, you don't have to be that direct. And listen to how they criticize Alex Jones. It is so on the nose here that you don't even leave room for laugh. The ability to laugh at this is sucked out because it is so direct and on the nose.
In real time, thanks to technology we have access to. The bridge and the tip of the nose are shaped differently. And the resting line of the eyes sits at a different angle. You see right there, it's plain as day. It begs the question, what kind of vast resources these people behind this have access to make this happen, because I think it would be very difficult. We can find the anomalies. The anomalies are there. You can see them for yourself. And I don't know what it would take, what kind of resources you'd have to find somebody as ugly and as stupid looking as Alex Jones, as you can see right there.
So the joke, he's literally saying, this man is ugly and stupid.
Yes. High art.
Like again, if that the kid, and I forget the guy's name, but the guy that plays Tucker Carlson on SNL, he did a very good bit where he made fun of Tucker's speech patterns. He used some Tuckery type things, but obviously exaggerated them for comedy, and it was very funny. It would be so different if he slid into that Weekend Update desk and was like, "Hi, I'm Tucker Carlson. I'm ugly and stupid." Okay, well you've taken the power away from our minds. You've given our minds the day off because you're just like, "Hey, aren't I dumb and stupid?" I guess.
I think we're all learning that it should have been Eric and Tim, because I think the real comic genius might have come from the other guy.
maybe this is where like people say, "Oh, you start to realize with Curb, it's like, oh, Larry David was the brains behind the operation."
Yeah,
maybe that's what's happening here.
I believe we're looking at the Art Garfunkel of the group right now. So.
Eric and Tim.
That's pretty close. So we see the differences there, the wrinkles and everything. But it is an ugly, stupid man was
now.
exploded.
Is it picture? Is it? What are the pictures that are up? Describe them to me.
It's two pictures of Alex Jones, one from 2017, one from 2026. It's clearly the same man. He's just tanner and older.
Because again, if it's a picture of him, then you've got something.
Like Tim and then Alex, yes, that's fun.
If the pictures are, well, we can't find any other man this ugly and stupid, and it's a picture of Alex versus a picture of Tim. It's only the globalists could find someone this hideous, and it's a picture of Tim. Then that's funny because it's making fun of Alex, but also like taking a shot at himself. Whatever. It's commenting on the bit in this meta way. This is just, here are two pictures of Alex Jones. Aren't they hideous? Isn't he a goblin?
Yeah. It really just feels like an alley oop to the families of the fucking school killings.
And this, by the way, is a guy who I agree with, but has said like, "Oh, Tony Hinchcliffe, it's just like lazy racial humor." And it's like, okay, but you have the opportunity, like that. Them buying InfoWars is this weird. It's like such an interesting bit. Like there was potential for this when it happened. And what he's chosen to do with it is, Alex Jones is ugly.
Yes.
You got him.
Literally put as little effort into it as possible. And it's such an interesting thing because we really have never seen IP become sort of like something that you could take from someone and make your own, right? And so I still think the idea is there. I still think you could use it. They just kind of gave it to the wrong guy, you know? Like if they gave it to, say, a Mark Normand, we might be in a wholly different place right now.
No, Craig actually had a good idea at the time where he said, I swear to God, listen to it. Listen to this. Take out that it's Craig's idea and listen to this. I think it's pretty good. And maybe this guy is just too big for this. But Craig said, what if they had Stephen Colbert bring back the Colbert Report on Alex Jones's network? Just an even more exaggerated version of that character. And now he's not doing Bill O'Reilly. He's doing Alex Jones. That's really interesting.
Might be the greatest idea he's had since pizza. And very good job.
Yes, yeah. He's innovative, that guy. But this is just, Tim Heidecker has no connection to like even politics, really. Like you don't think, I know he's become more political recently, but if you think Tim Heidecker, you think Tim and Eric. You don't think like this political mastermind commentator who's going to give it to Alex Jones.
Honestly, like thinking about it, because Stephen Colbert is obviously too much money, too time. He won't do that shit.
Sure,
but
right.
like you need a roaster, a guy sort of a business-minded guy who could take this and turn it into, this is Louis J. Gomez territory. Louis J. Gomez could turn.
You would need a political guy. I think Tim Dillon would be someone that could do something with this.
Ooh, Tim Dillon, yeah. But again,
Tim
maybe
Dillon
too
would be
big.
great at it because you could do an actual parody of Alex Jones and know the things that Alex Jones would talk about and know the things that he would say. They literally brought in, this is like if you brought in a second grader and didn't prepare them at all and were like, make fun of this man. And he's like, he's ugly.
Bad casting is what this is. Yeah.
He's ugly and he's stupid. That's literally what they're doing with this.
Blown up, and somehow, whether it's through genetic modification or some kind of CGI face mapping, we're getting someone that looks pretty damn close. And they almost got away with it, but we're on top of the story, so stick with us. We're going to continue on this.
That's the other part is like they almost got away with it. It's you, right?
Yes.
You're the Alex Jones impersonator. Is that the bit? Like, oh, that Alex Jones is chasing his own tail? Maybe that's the commentary?
That was it, Mike. That was the whole bit.
But then is he accusing Alex Jones of being behind the conspiracies he talks about? Like, I just don't get it. It's lost on me. Like I said, I give him credit. I looked at the comments, and they were all like, oh my goodness, Tim, you've struck gold. Keep doing this, buddy. This is great. So it's reached the right audience, but...
So anti-comedy to me is 99% setup, 1% payoff. That's like how like that comedy works. You just create an amazing setup and then you don't really need the payoff for it. That's what this is. That's the kind of comedy he does. The setup's all there, but there's no end line. It's just like...
Well, there's also, I will say too, the main reason we're playing this today, the part that really shocked me, like if this sketch dropped the day they got InfoWars or whatever, which a version of it did, but like then like, okay, I get it. You had to put something out. This is what they're doing in July? Like, remember the first time we talked about it, I was like, I'm curious what episode 5 is like. This is months into this bit, and this is what they're doing?
It seems like they signed a contract where we'll do like 10 of these in a year, and they're just spacing them out every few months.
Yeah. No, that does seem like it, yeah.
Voices is up next.
Okay, let's compare the voices now. Here's a zany bit. And again, like, they could have commented on how good or bad Tim's impression was here if you're, like, doing a voice thing, but that's not what they chose to do for some reason.
The voice is good. The writing is,
The voice is fine. It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, we're talking about the differences between old Alex Jones, who passed away, and this new imposter. We're finding differences in the facial features. One clear way of identifying that this is an imposter is through the audio, through listening to his voice, analyzing that.
It's so easy. You're so right, Mike. It's so easy to go like, hey, so let's go to his channel right now, InfoWars, and let's see what he looks like now, and then it's Tim, and that's the joke.
And then for him to go, and I can barely tell a difference here, and it's clearly him, and that's the joke, obviously. But instead they're taking the opportunity to be like, I don't know, both these men are so ugly. Like, okay, I guess you got him. You called him ugly, and I'm not kidding. This is 25 minutes, and they have a fake Trump call in, and it's exactly what you think it is. They had a caller call in and be like, I went to high school with Alex Jones, and he was a real jerk, so I'm glad he's dead. And it's like, that's what this bit is? Just like, I hope he dies? It's that on the nose?
This is not to be funny. It's to be cathartic for people who lost their children, who sued and won this website. I swear that's what it is.
Well, listen, folks, put your name on a list, and Craig will be protesting outside.
I have with me right now in the studio an expert on this guy Stan Bennett here. Stan, you're an expert on listening to audio and determining the veracity and the authenticity of voices. Correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And you have a background.
They're also not, because I don't think it's part of the imitation. Alex Jones is a pretty polished speaker. I mean, he says ridiculous. He's turning the frogs gay, all that stuff. But like, you don't think of Alex Jones as being a poor public speaker. So I don't know if it's the impression or Tim's just not prepared, because through a lot of it, he's like, like you can tell he's thinking of shit on the spot.
Yeah, he's improving, Mike. He's
seems
jamming.
ill-prepared, like all the way to the all the way through, where even like the scripting of it is kind of sloppy and not done well.
Yeah, comedy's like jazz, Mike. You just gotta see what comes next, what notes comes next. But this is actually what he's good at: going out and hiring homeless people to pretend to be something else. This is what made Tim and Eric amazing. Like this guy is actually like, okay, this is sort of your comedy, Tim. All right, I get it.
Okay.
On music.
Oh yeah, I've been working in the industry forever. Since the '60s. You know what I mean? I work with Bachman Turner and Foreigner and Rush, all kinds of.
Let's take a listen to this. Now, this is Alex Jones before the incident, the explosion happened, and let's listen to that right now. all coming out with the DOJ and CIA running it. But I'm not going to spend much of the show on this today. That's the real deal. Now let's play.
Huge guest.
Okay, let's listen to the recording of Alex, quote unquote, the imposter Alex Jones from May 1st. Now this is going to be the new replacement Alex Jones. Let's see if we can identify a difference.
The globalist, the leftist cult is failing everywhere.
No.
I don't get it. What's the joke?
No joke. It's, they don't do jokes over there.
They just played the same audio. I guess maybe if I can try and siphon through this, they're saying like Alex Jones will make something out of nothing. Like you can play the two same clips and try to find, something where it isn't. I guess is the commentary here.
I think it might be a joke on the guy who's listening, possibly too. Like that he hears two different voices when it's the same voice.
Right, that's what I mean. It's like these conspiracy theorists are trying to make something where it doesn't exist.
Yeah, that has to be the only lane. I don't see another lane here.
Man, Trump
the
has
whole
gotten derailed off
waveform
into
is
insider
distorted.
trading and Israeli
You can hear
delusions of grandeur
the
and all
micro
the rest of it.
tonalities are
But
changing.
you notice,
So
even though
can you look visually? Can you look at the waveforms and see how those can be the same two people?
They are not the same two people. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, let's take a listen. Like, can we play those two at the same time? We play them.
leftist, the DOJ and CIA running it. I'm not going to spend much of the show on this today.
Let's just pan one to the left and pan one to the right. Let's just hear them both at the same time.
But you notice, even though I've been criticizing Trump,
Do you hear that difference?
more now. At least not
So I think that there's, if I'm correct, mix them.
It might be the most innovative thing they've done here is pan things left and right.
I guess, but again, I keep going back to, aren't you Alex Jones in this?
Yes. You've been confused since the first moment, Mike.
I thought you were Alex Jones. What is this? What is this bit?
It would make more sense if he just did his normal voice, this whole thing, right? Like, then it makes everything sort of make sense.
Right. Yeah, if it's Tim Heidecker reporting or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mix them up so I don't know which one's which. My guess is, you tell me it's May 1st is on the right.
Finishing up on the Onion, and go over to all this other news show again at 11 a.m. Central on the Alex Jones Show on the Alex Jones Network.
The real Alex Jones on the left. Is that correct? We're good?
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
Thank you.
You can clearly hear that's a different voice. That's not Alex Jones.
It goes beyond. It goes beyond.
Whoever this guy is, he's giving it much more than Tim is. Like he's actually performing this guy. Where it's like that right there is more. That's not Alex Jones. That's more of a bit than anything Tim has done in all of this.
100%.
The audio here. I mean, I know you're not an expert on this, but we were looking at whether or not it's a mask. There's a mask there that you can see here. We can put that up right now. It's a creepy old man mask, realistic latex Halloween mask for adults. If you look at this, they took this off the website. You can't find this now. This was up. Anybody could have gotten this about a month ago or 2 months ago. The mask, the man that's on the air now. Take a look at the lighting of him now. For him on his show now. There's something wrong, something off.
Yeah.
It's again like he's a creepy old man. He's old and he's ugly. Okay.
Yep.
Was this a man, by the way, where people like, hey, Alex Jones is pretty hot? Did anyone look up to him as far as like his sexiness? Is that what people were going to Alex Jones for? And that's the thing. They're not commenting on anything Alex Jones actually does. They're not taking down his beliefs or what he represents. They're literally going, he's ugly and stupid.
I'm going to take this a step further than what I've been saying. And I think that because these people have they got money, right? So they have money and they have this channel and they pay money to keep this channel operating and going. And they have to pay Tim to do this, right? Like this is not a free thing. And so literally this is like a private event. This is a private event that is publicly then put out on the air. But it is for such a small group of people. That's why this thing feels so weird.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, like I keep saying, like the people that like it seem to like it. Like they're getting whatever they wanted out of it. I just don't get, because it seemed like something that could have been really well done.
Yeah,
like
this is
that
a miss.
seemed like an
This is a
interesting
strike.
thing. Get past the idea of whether it's fucked up that they were able to buy Alex Jones's website at the price they were, whatever. Like if you think that there's controversy there, that's a whole different argument. but like it could have been something for comedy. They could have parodied Alex Jones in a funny way that hasn't been done. And this is just the laziest option. Like I was disappointed in how bad it was.
I think fundamentally because when you're building a channel and you're creating, like that is comedy, that's where everything goes. But this isn't someone owning a channel and creating. This is like a revenge channel. And so it just comes off, everything comes off totally different. You know?
Yeah, and not to get too political, but for these people that, go after billionaires and how people should spend their money, what a terrific waste of money. Like what could this be used for in such a better way?
Like if Brewster's Millions happens, this is what I'd do. I'd go buy InfoWars and just waste all my money there.
Yeah.
This last one here is called Weeks.
Yeah, this was incredible. I keep forgetting this has been going on for weeks, months. This bit has been happening. Like he's done multiple episodes over the course of months.
Hey, folks, welcome back. I just want to say a couple of things here. I've been saying a lot of things about the deceased Alex Jones now for the past couple of weeks. Bald, fat, ugly, ugly inside, but he's still a human being. He is still a child of God, or was. He is in a million pieces right now. But he was a tremendous broadcaster and a pioneer. And as a broadcaster myself, I cannot ignore that. And it is true.
Who are you?
You're him. Stay in the bit. You're Alex Jones.
Damn it.
I was victorious. I vanquished him, and I sent him off the air. It's one of the proudest things I've ever done. But he's a human being, and we have to remember that. And God commands us to pay respect to the dead. Phones are open. Anyone wants to call in, anyone that knew Alex or have thoughts on Alex, this is a good opportunity. And then we're going to move past it. We're going to say goodbye. Bury him for good. Even though there's nothing to bury.
Yeah, they get confused within the own bit where they're saying he wasn't dead, and then they forgot that. So they fucked that up. And again, the bit is if the imposter is investigating if there's an imposter. But he's saying he's not Alex Jones. It's very confusing.
Yeah, I mean, his comedy always left me confused, but usually laughing. This one just leaves me confused.
It's tough. I watch this and I don't get the appeal. Like you said, I watch this and think Eric must have been the real brains behind the operation.
Really underrated. Really underrated.
I check out Eric Wareheim, guys, because I don't know what the fuck this is.
Eric Wareheim has a cooking show very much like Very Good Chow, and it is actually hilarious. And
very much like Very Good Chow.
Very much in the style of. But chat and gearheads, I really need you to help me out here because I've asked Mike for 2 years now this, and he has not responded. Now you're into doing specials that aren't great or that might be weird. Please do the Tim Heidecker comedy stand-up special. I need you to review that.
Okay.
It is the most bizarre stand-up special, but also I thought it was hilarious. But I'd love to see your reaction to him doing like his version of like Mark Norman doing stand-up. That's kind of what he does. He does like what he thinks a hack comedian does.
He's making fun of that. Okay.
For 2 hours. It's fucking crazy. And the first 5 minutes, you'll either run from it or you might like it. And so it's one of those he commits early. It's
okay,
not
we can do that. Especially now that we've covered him a little. I think that would make sense to do on Patreon or something. That's a good idea.
Yeah, put it in the comments, people, because if you put enough people put it in the comments, he'll feel the pressure.
Where?
It's on YouTube. It's free on YouTube. Yeah.
All right, yeah, maybe we'll do that. That's a good idea.
The first 5 minutes, he wrestles with the microphone. They're just going to put that out there just so you know what you're dealing with. It's not going to be
normal. Is it very visual?
Just the first few minutes, but he does make faces and stuff like that. But it's a comedy bit. He does what he thinks hack comedy stand-up is, and it's unique to watch. I think you'll love it.
Hey, super chats.
Not Comedy Shaman. That makes me think you might be Comedy Shaman. Is $5 here. Bro, your coverage of me was hilarious. I had no idea you were that funny. You got a new fan, man.
I don't know if that's sarcastic, but that was very funny. Where I think that's the guy who was like, this guy, his shtick is that he's blind. As if that's what I'm Mr. Magoo bumping into walls. Like, no, I just happen to be blind. It's in my name, but it's not my thing on this show. I'm not like, I don't know. I can't see this Alex Jones guy. But that was a funny segment on. If you don't know what we're talking about, go check out Dabbleverse Live the other day.
Fun fact: there are approximately 42 million blind people in the world as of today, right now. 42 million. Yeah.
Too many.
Shuli made a $5. Big fan, Blind Mike, ever since your early days in Boston. Curious who's got a better Twitter game, Jerry Callahan or Anthony Cumia? Who hates the blacks more, Mike?
Yeah, they're similar. They're similar but different. Anthony's is different in a way. It was interesting. I saw Anthony like railing against Alicia Keys for something the other day. He was very worked up about it. And then I keep scrolling in my feed, and I see another Anthony tweet that's like, I went to see Star Wars in 1982 on a date. It's one of the best experiences I've had going to the movies. It was just like a genuine kind of sweet tweet. I was like, how is this the same feed that I'm looking at? But
I've never watched Jerry Callahan, but do you get the sweetness tweets from Jerry Callahan?
No. Jerry's is more interesting because I read it in Kirk's impression of Jerry. So maybe I'd go with Jerry. Yeah.
All right. Red 473, Fur Mom 499. Mark Maron and Tim Heidecker seem to be obsessed with being bitter has-beens rather than just trying to be funny.
Yeah, and I'll give Tim credit for this though. He at least parodied Kill Tony. He's done stuff in attempt, and even the Alex Jones stuff. It's in an attempt to be creative with it. Whereas Maron just goes on and bitches about it. Yeah. Like at least Tim Heidecker has made some level of an attempt to be, but yeah, there is definitely a bitterness. Like they just hate these guys and they look at them like, why are they successful? They're very angry that they're successful. Like if Mark Normand or Andrew Schultz or any of these guys, Tony, if they were just club comedians, you would never hear these guys talk about them. They wouldn't come on and be like, oh my God, you're never going to believe it. I saw this fucking hack, Mark Normand, the other day. But because they are successful, they seem to be very bitter and angry about it.
Yes. And then finally here, Leonidas Aurelius, $2. Heidecker special, absolutely worth it. Get on it.
Okay.
It's unique. As unique as the last two that you have watched that you have affected you.
Yes, but I guess the problem is I may like it. I don't know.
You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it.
Because I like Bo Burnham has done something similar where those are more like little bits, but he's parodied like regular stand-up before, and I find that very funny. So I may end up liking it, which won't be as fun as the others. But
yeah, I'm gonna oheidu you on this one, where you start liking it.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, you ruined it for me. But time to go to Philly, Mike, or not go to Philly. He's not doing Philly anymore.
Oh my goodness, we're already there? We're already on the road back to Philly?
Yes, or not Philly. This one was titled "If You Don't Trust Me, Don't Hire Me" podcast, which I don't know what that means.
You think that's a strange title for a moving to Philadelphia show?
Yeah. Why are you letting people know you might not be trustworthy? I don't know.
Before we get to the latest episode of Joe Matarese's Road Back to Philly, let's go back a week because I tweeted a couple clips of an episode where I think I was able to read between the lines, rather. I think there's a chance he's talking about us here. You guys tell me. Maybe I'm being nuts, but I think he's talking about the likes of me and Cardiff and maybe some other people that have impacted Joe Matarese's Road Back to Philly.
Goes right to Google Voice, and the people that are making crank calls, which people do, you're wasting your time because it gets written out in my email, so I know not to listen to yours. Okay, so just stop wasting your time.
I just read them.
I don't take the time to listen. Instead, I parse that time to read them.
This might be a blind guy's bias. Doesn't it seem more arduous to read them?
It does. It seems like more of a hassle.
I read them in full and then decide I'm not going to play this. He mentions later, I think in one of the clips, that he's like, if you call and go, hey, fuckhead, then I know not to keep reading. I can't imagine anyone's doing that.
Cardiff, knock it off.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's not Cardiff style, really. I assume when, Box Eating Dad and Cardiff call, I assume there's a little nuance to it. I think they want to get played on the air. So I don't know that this is a foolproof system, but it is good that Joe has laid out the groundwork and say, hey, you're going to have to be a little more professional if you want to get through on the line here. So now you guys know the rules.
Yeah, don't act like no Heidecker and just call us dumb. You got to be smart with your jokes.
Right.
Now in my email, so I know not to listen to yours. Okay, so just stop wasting your time with your crank calls on a voicemail.
If I know anything about these people, Joe, you have just assured that they are going to waste a tremendous amount of time.
That was a backfire.
You have just taken up all of Cardiff Electric's free time now. Why would you do that?
They need to put this in the dictionary under something where you do this, you get the opposite of the outcome that you want.
Joe just never learns. They you guys that are trolling me, it's a waste of time. It doesn't even bother me. Okay, I guess we'll ramp it up a notch then.
I just read them all. I don't listen. Sometimes I listen to them accidentally, and then I've read them and listened to them, so you've taken twice of my time.
And by the way, Joe, if I can say, lighten up. Like if you play a voicemail of a guy who doesn't actually want to move back to Philadelphia, who gives a fuck? Let your hair down.
Oh, that I never heard it. It's hilarious. People have so much free time in their lives. It's unbelievable.
It's just the guy like biking to Philadelphia every week. So much free time.
I always hear people say that, where it's like, hey, did you listen to the audiobook? It's like, nah, I read it, so it didn't really have an effect on me.
Same. Yeah, I didn't really do any time on it because I read it. That's how physics works, right?
It didn't sink in.
Right. And then we have a second Twitter clip here from him that you also posted.
This is more directly at us, I think. He's responding to criticism that we have made. And do you have a napkin ready, Casey? Because you're going to have to wipe some egg off your face here.
Mike, I got napkins by me all the time, baby.
Good. I hope so. Because we've stepped in it, quite frankly, and Joe is about to put us in our place on just what the premise of this podcast is.
Get into your 40s, you start leaking, Mike, everywhere. You need them around.
Right, little area there too. Some people think I'm doing a podcast for a 6-mile radius. No. We're talking Delaware. We're talking Pennsylvania, which is a huge-ass state. New Jersey, South Jersey.
Hold on. No, we're not. By the way, we're not talking those places. And I'll tell you why, you jackass. Because you're not going to move to fucking Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, or Dover, Delaware, in order to be closer to Philly. It wouldn't make any fucking sense.
The show's not about Philadelphia. It's about 6 miles in Pennsylvania.
Listen, these people that think it's a niche targeted audience. We're talking Delaware. We're talking Pennsylvania, which is a huge state. Sure, yes, if you're fucking Preston and Steve, if you're on the radio there, it's a big piece of real estate to be broadcasting to. You're talking about moving to Philadelphia or Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Listen, go back a little bit because he makes some other distinctions, which I find interesting.
Some people think I'm doing a podcast for a 6-mile radius. No, we're talking Delaware. We're talking Pennsylvania, which is a huge-ass state. New Jersey, South Jersey, Philadelphia area.
Hold on a second. Are South Jersey and Philadelphia different than New Jersey and Pennsylvania?
That's what I was trying to say.
I'm a little confused.
By the way, that is you he's talking to, 100%. Who else talks about this show? Not one person I've seen on the internet talks about the show but you.
Carl sometimes, I think, still does. But yeah, this is about, he's listened to our criticism. And he's very upset by it. But Joe, it's niche. This is like if I was like, you think this show is for a niche audience? We talk about stand-up. We talk about comedy. We talk about jokes. We talk about humor. It's like, well, you're kind of naming the same shit.
Laughs, smiles, giggles, all of it.
We talk guffaws. We talk chuckles.
Huge-ass state. New Jersey, South Jersey, Philadelphia area, all that going up maybe into central New Jersey,
You think this is niche? We talk South Jersey, and we even creep up into central Jersey.
There's nothing more national talk than Central Jersey talk.
Joe, what about, you ever get into North Jersey? Well, let's not get ridiculous. We're broad. We're not that broad.
Yeah, it's not a world show. Come on.
And then, or people that just want to listen. You know, it goes on.
Well, no shit.
That is a genius statement. I do podcasts for people who want to listen. That is a tagline.
Even we're for Delaware, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, New Jersey, South Jersey, Central Jersey, and listeners. Well, no shit.
That's great.
By the way, it can be niche and about this area of Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And also, for people, people outside can listen. I don't think anyone was like, fuck, I can't listen to this. It's that you're saying like, hey, show of hands, who knows the pizza place between Cherry Hill and Winter Ford? That's a little niche, Joe. I don't even think the good people of Delaware know what you're talking about.
It's off topic. It's not all about Philly and South Jersey the whole frickin' time. We just told you about funeral potatoes.
I get why the show is now titled differently. You literally changed the title of his show, Mike.
It always happens. We, and by we I mean me, like Carl, Red Bar, anyone that's covered him in the past. We're able to program his show and decide.
So easy.
Decide what it's about just by making fun of him. And by the way, I hate to admit this, but I listened, and he's like, we talked about funeral potatoes. Literally, he says, is this a Philadelphia thing? That's how the subject is broached.
All right, now we're off your tweets and onto his show, Mike, where we have a hot start.
We're getting into the most recent episode, and Joe comes out guns blazing, which I always like to see.
All right, everybody. Welcome. Road back to Philly. What episode are we at, Dan? We at 6 or 7? 8? We are at episode 8. That's like a world record for me, everybody, right? All you fans out there.
Mike, I have to describe the visual going on here. So the producer has a room where he has those squares up, those baffling squares that help you with sound that actually don't help you with sound. But he has like 11 of them up randomly throughout. It's doing nothing. It's sort of how he is a producer. It's a metaphor.
I have those.
It
up.
looks. They do nothing.
All you people, 8 episodes in. We're looking good. I gotta admit it. I was feeling kind of depressed, and as soon as I hear that theme,
we're looking good. We're kind of depressed. Okay.
Jesus, I was in a bad mood. I was depressed.
It's looking great, everyone. I'm in a hell of depression right now.
Seconds ago, I was clinically depressed, but I hear that music. It's going to be a good day. I get to bitch about my wife with you guys.
Zin, we're looking good. I gotta admit it. I was feeling kind of depressed, and as soon as I hear that theme music, it just cheered me up, Dan. It brought me into podcast mode, or maybe I should do the whole podcast depressed. Do you ever have those days where you just wake up depressed? Do you have those?
100% do.
Oh, good.
I work with Joe Matarese.
Hold on, play that again. He goes, I 100% do, and Joe goes, oh, good.
Or maybe I should do the whole podcast depressed. Do you ever have those days where you just wake up depressed? Do you have those?
100% do.
Oh, good. Because
Why is that good, Joe?
Oh, I'm glad.
I'm not alone. We're both in the bottom here.
I was hoping, because I look at your life and I think that's not all sunshine and roses over there. This guy's got some darkness.
that's what I had maybe the last 2 days coming in. But we got tour dates coming up. So come and see me live, everybody. That always cheers me up.
That's how depression works. Come and see me live. That always cheers me up.
These comedians. He's not listening. Is the next one.
Oh no! All right, let's hear what he. Let's give him a listen if he's not listening.
The logistics of all the camera angles that you might want to get for coverage or to get whatever. Now people there's some really amazing creators that
Just
do
mush them out Dope. By the way, he's rambling. I spared you guys. This producer just rambles, and I can actually feel. I kind of relate to Joe here because I'm like, no, that's not what I mean. I'm saying I listened to the entire rant this guy goes on, and I actually do appreciate Joe's reaction here.
Films like amazingly, and I think that's kudos to you. That's not my bread. I don't want to do that.
We get it, Dan. We get it. All I thought of the whole time we were saying there, because I guess I'm narcissistic. When other people talk, I think, how does that relate to me? What's my version of what Dan is saying right now? But I do, at least I'm listening to what you're saying, right?
Kudos.
And all that I thought
You
about
aren't,
was,
Joe. I've got news for you. Aren't. If you're like, hey, the whole time you were talking, I was like, how does this affect me? And I was thinking about myself and other stories.
my God.
But at least I'm listening. That's something, huh?
Send that to a psychiatrist right away. There's something wrong with Joe Matarese.
He gets into it. He does. He goes to the same therapist that all the comedians in New York go to. I recognize the name, but he says, he goes, yeah. At the end of sessions, he hugs me and tells me he loves me. I was like, is that what therapists was supposed to be doing? It seems seems invasion.
That's the Robin Williams model. You did,
Yeah.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Give me that.
Yeah, it felt like an overstep, but
saying, right? And all that I thought about was that weddings are your cruise ships for me. Like it's the same thing.
100%.
And I'm
100%. Yeah, exactly. Those are your cruise ships. And he gets into, he's going to ask people, like, so he's talking about how he hates doing cruises. You know, he's been a cruise ship comic at times, which is, you know, kind of a hell gig for comedians. I feel like you have this audience that doesn't even necessarily want to be there. They're not interested in comedy. They're just kind of killing time on this cruise. So it can be a hell gig. And Joe talks about that and wants us to relate to him mostly.
Would you go on a cruise, Mike?
Not really my. Would I ever? Sure, but it's not. I don't seek them out.
What if I told you it was a Star Trek cruise?
Oh my! Certainly not.
Damn it! All right, this one's called voicemail.
people, you've been lacking on the voicemails. This past week, we didn't get it. We didn't get that many voicemails. None that were usable for the show.
Told all the people interested in calling not to, Joe.
Well, you don't check them; you read them, right? What? So.
Oh, it's always the same. It's open 24 hours. You're not calling me. It's not my voicemail number. It's a Google Voice, and it's 914.
Who left a message going, "Hey, Joe, sorry to bother you at home"?
Gearheads.
No shit, it's not your voicemail.
How is there a number missing?
Is there again?
7.
Yeah, it's 914-721-0008. It's a number missing on this phone number.
God damn it, Joe! That's why you're not getting any calls.
That's hilarious. That might be the funniest joke he's made I've ever seen.
221-0008. You can always leave a.
Oh, okay. So yeah, but not on the image on the screen. So
it's been wrong on the screen every time.
So 914 Gearhead 721-0008. I will go ahead and put that in the chat as well. For no reason.
Genuine Joe, if you're interested in helping Joe on his journey back to Philly,
yes.
I guess he doesn't want to call. This is what's weird. He's like, why is everyone calling about Philadelphia? What?
Right.
I don't know, Joe. You made us. You made us invested in whether or not you're going to move back to Philly. And he's like, why? These people, they keep calling me, telling me whether or not I should move back to Philly or not. It's like if I was like, why are people calling our voicemail line and leaving thoughts on Brendan Schaub? I don't understand. What makes them think I care?
Gearheads, just grab a Vermont or just a list of towns in all these areas in Jersey and Philly, and just read them off to them, or Pennsylvania.
Vermont.
Well, Delaware. I'm sorry. One of those New England states. They're all the same to us Californians.
Leave a message for the podcast. Be a dickhead. Leave a.
Oh, I can't get past it. Delaware and Pennsylvania are not New England.
They're not?
No.
Well, Vermont is. So I got you.
Yeah, but I don't know how that got into this. Vermont is nowhere near Philadelphia.
Well, near is relative because California is 1,200 miles away, and I'm still in California.
I guess.
So I consider near to be a more relative thing. Leave me alone.
Leave a trolling message if you feel like it. I get those in email form, and I just delete them.
You didn't get him for a week? You didn't get him for a week, and he's like, just call and troll me if you want. I just want to hear your voice. I miss you.
Cardiff. Voice, yeah. It's a soothing Canadian voice that I miss.
721-0008. You can always leave a message for the podcast. Be a dickhead. Leave a trolling message if you feel like it. I get those in email form, and I just delete them. So I always say it. You're just wasting your time. I never heard your message. I read, hey, fuck.
I read it. I never penetrated my ears, just my brain.
There's two separate things for Joe.
I'm like, all right, delete. So go leave us a voicemail. It can be on top.
So he just told you guys in the first sentence, make it something that he'd be interested in, and then start the trolling, because he only reads one sentence in, and then
he's giving them the instructions, which I do appreciate, because sometimes these guys don't listen to me. I always say, hey, leave real voicemails that are helpful, and maybe they don't listen to me. And they call and go, hey, cock breath. And Joe's like, oh, delete that, I guess. But yeah, no, give Joe actual advice. As Joe's about to say, they can be on topic or not. So I don't know, call about the Phillies or something. I don't know. You guys will think of something.
Would you do a voicemail line? If we set up a voicemail line, would you have people call and then play them on the air?
Nah, because they're usually not on top. Like if it's a voicemail, you'd have to do it like a week later.
Yeah, it would be commenting on last week's.
We've done that we would do that on Who Have These Socials, and sometimes it's interesting because they'll clear things up that we weren't sure on or whatever. But sometimes it's like, what is he talking about? I don't remember this, Yeah.
Creates more confusion than solves. Yes.
Yeah.
Topic, or it could be off topic, but usually it's going to get played on the show if it's a Philly, South Jersey subject. But that's a good one. Do you have a thing in your job that is like a comedian doing a cruise ship, or like Dan said, he's a video, he wants to make.
We have something like that at our job.
I also like that he's trying to remember what his producer said, but he wasn't listening, so he's just like, Dan's a video or something.
If it's a Philly, South Jersey subject, but that's a good one. Do you have a thing in your job that is like a comedian doing a cruise ship, or like Dan said, he's a video, he wants to make short films and corporate stuff.
He was blabbing on about.
He didn't say anything about short films, at least there.
Whatever he was yammering on and on about.
Is low level, but still way better than going into a wedding.
All right.
I don't know. So we're supposed to call and go, yeah, Joe, I have aspects of my job I don't like either. You guys take the ball and run with that.
Yes.
Oh, God, they have us file these reports every Tuesday. And, I really don't know what they do with it. All right, Joe, just wanted to check in. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, also love Allen Iverson. See you later, Joe. Go Philly.
Yeah, Joe, we do these company retreats, and I'm not particularly close with a lot of the people I work with. So they're a little uncomfortable for me. But, Cherry Hill, I guess. All right, thanks, Joe.
Up next, parents. We're going to learn what the parents are about.
Oh, this son of a bitch, Joe Matarese. Last we checked in with Joe, the reason he wanted to move back to Philly, and it's just whatever the way the wind blows with this guy, whatever he thinks will make you criticize him less. He said, hey, listen, my wife has her family here, and it's not fair because I can't be around my family. I want to move to Philadelphia because there's only so many years I have left around my parents. I want to move back home to be around my parents in their waning years. My dad's getting old. I only have so many memories with him left. And who's going to take care of them when they get old? We'll need to be there for them. It's like what Louis C.K. was talking about. I don't want to just shove them in some home. I want to be there for my parents. You guys remember that, I'm sure. Let's listen to him talk about his parents, I don't know, 2 weeks later.
I don't understand this.
Most people I hate to say this, but most people that have creative jobs Once in a while, you see these people that become hugely famous and they thank their mom. My mom's been behind me my whole career. And then there's the other end of the spectrum, which is Michael Jackson, who just got the shit kicked out of him his whole life by his dad. So it's like, but usually if you're in this field, if you have a creative type job, mom and dad fucked up a little bit. They're a little bit, what's the word? They're high maintenance.
They either have maintenance, or I mean, they did allow you to have that creative job. So I think there's a level we have to credit them to that.
They love us. They love us.
What an idiot! They allowed you to get a job. Usually an adult by that, or you're forced into that. With Michael Jackson, he was forced into that line of work. You fucking idiot.
I want that guy to have his own show. We need a new character.
Tip of the cap to Joe Jackson or whatever the fuck his name.
Yeah, that's right.
For at least allowing Michael to get into that field at such a young age. Yeah. That's the really good part of Joe Jackson.
Exactly. His work ethic.
But there's a reason why we didn't go the regular route of life, which is go to college, come out, get the job, and get the.
Joe is like me, Michael Jackson. There's a reason we, took the offbeat path. Us really creative types. The guy who made Thriller, one of the biggest artists of all time, and me. We're not so different.
Yeah, and it's our parents' fault.
Yeah, we'll get to how he feels about his parents, which I find very interesting.
Benefits, dude. Like I don't think I've never had medical benefits in any of my careers my whole life. My whole life I've never.
I want the full context of this. Listen to this piece of shit. There's times where I like Joe. I think Joe he means well in a lot of respects. I think he's a better guy than some of the other people we cover. I do think he is well-meaning, but also kind of a scumbag. Listen to how he talks about his wife here and why he's happy he's married. This is a woman he has bashed on this podcast every week. And he just seems so miserable in this. It seems like a hostage situation. But listen to why he's very happy that he's married. And it starts with the fact that his parents never gave him benefits. Like when Joe was 25, he wasn't on his parents' health insurance, I guess, and that's always bugged him.
So I had to marry a doctor. It's fucking hilarious.
Regular route of life, which is go to college, come out, get the job, and get the benefits. Dude, like I don't think I've never had medical benefits in any of my careers my whole life. My whole life I've never had medical.
Yeah.
Thank God for my wife with the medical benefits.
And the monies.
Thank God for my wife for that reason and that reason alone.
Yes. Now pack up your shit, honey. We're moving.
Yeah, right. Thank God for my wife. Now let's go to Philadelphia, bitch. So I can make a video outside of the Phillies game.
This show should be titled "It's a Man's World." That's what this podcast should be titled.
But also the thing that kind of gets lost there, he's angry with his parents. Clearly, he has this resentment towards his parents because he's like, they never gave me benefits. Health insurance? As an adult? Is that what you mean? Is that what you're mad at them for? I don't understand. You're supposed to get that yourself at a certain age.
Yes. Well, and comedy doesn't really come with medical benefits. I think that's kind of what he's saying.
That is what he's saying, but he's like, I never grew up with it. Me and Michael Jackson, our parents never gave us health insurance.
Michael had too much health going on.
Yes,
too many doctors.
Way too much.
Next one is F you, Joe. I think you get mad at Joe here.
This is what really bothered me. Well, like I said, you remember, I said, Joe told us, hey, I got to go care for my dad. What do you want me to not move to Philadelphia? You want my father to die? I got to go take care of my parents. Now, just a couple short weeks later, listen to this jerk off, what he says about moving to Philadelphia or that area.
Like my wife notices when we go to Cherry Hill or Philly area too long and I'm with my family for more than 2 days, it starts to bleed back in my personality.
Yes.
And she gives me that look like, all the work I've done is relapsing. You're being fucking anxious again, or like it starts to bleed back. I realize, that's why I live 2 hours away. So row back to Philly, people. If I move back there, it's gonna have to be after my parents aren't alive anymore. Probably.
Fuck you, man.
Oh, whoa.
Fuck you.
What have we been doing here?
Hold on, go back too, because I want to hear that again where he goes, hey, road back to Philly people. That's what we're watching.
Yes, that's us. That's us.
100% of us.
That's specifically Blind Mike Geary.
He's now framed it as, some of you might be listening because you're wondering if I'm going to move to Philadelphia.
It's the title.
It's the title of the fucking podcast, Joe. It's like when he said, he's like, yeah, I'm doing this one-man show. It's a subtle nod to Rocky. There's some notes, some little hints, an homage to Rocky, very silently and subtly. Oh, really, Joe? What's it called? It's called Raised by Rocky. Okay. Well, that's subtle.
This needs to be Joe Matarese's gaslighting podcast, because this is where I gaslight the fuck out of y'all.
And now, by the way, it's frustrating to listen to the full episodes because he's acting like he's bothered by it now. Where he's like, I guess some of you think I'm going to move to New Jersey or Philadelphia. I don't know why you give a fuck. You made us give a fuck, Joe. That's what the whole podcast was like. I was like, is this guy, what's he going to do? How is he going to sabotage his family's well-being in order to make content at the World Cup when it's in Pennsylvania?
It's a list of cities I have in my head I didn't even know existed, Joe, because of you.
I forget if I included the clip or not, so I apologize if I'm getting ahead of myself. But like the World Cup games are played in Philadelphia or outside of it, whatever. And Joe's like, that's what I need to be there for. That's why I need to move there. Why, once every 4 years there's a fucking event?
I mean, I think I'm crazy because I want to move to Eugene just to live outside Autzen Stadium and go to the games like every fall, 12 or 6 of them. That's even crazier every 4 years.
He thinks he's going to be this like Philadelphia commentator. Like he's going to capture Philadelphia. And that's why he wants to uproot his family. But he's been bitching the whole time. He's like, my wife has her family where we live. She has all her friends. I don't have any friends. All my friends and family live in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. And then you're like, hey, Joe, are you going to move to Philly? Pfft, not if my fucking parents are alive. Not if I fuck around those assholes.
Also, he's creating like a second idealistic world where this Philadelphia place is perfect, but this life he has isn't. And so now he can transfer the blame because it's a very psychological what he has going on here.
If I found out the skirt was doing, or even just having discussion, never mind a podcast where it's venting to the public. If I found out every week she was going out to dinner with her friends and was like, oh God, if I could just move anywhere else in the world. I'd be like, hey, is everything all right? Like, do you want to move?
You said you were depressed earlier in the show, I heard.
Nah, what would give you that idea? Oh, are you one of these voicemailers that keeps calling in about moving to Philly? Why do you think I want to move there so bad?
Joe, I'm concerned you only love me for the health care I provide.
Every week he comes on and is like, oh, my wife has this perfect life and she loves it where we live and I hate it. Hey, man, are you okay? It doesn't seem like a conversation. You know the therapist you mentioned? Talk to him about it, not us.
Joe, dial 988. See what those guys are up to. Talk to those guys for a little bit.
Starts to bleed back. I realize, oh, that's why I live 2 hours away. So row back to Philly, people. If I move back there, it's going to have to be.
That's why you live 2 hours away? You said your wife was holding you captive there. You were this prisoner around her family, and in 20 years, you haven't made a friend or grown a bond with any of her family members. So you need to escape this hell. Not that you were running away from your parents. That's why you live so far away.
He ran away. That's why.
8 weeks in, and he's like, I don't even like it there.
I don't even like Boys and Men. I mean, they're okay, I guess. Little Philly's okay.
Realize, oh, that's why I live 2 hours away. So row back to Philly, people. If I move back there, it's going to have to be after my parents aren't alive anymore, probably.
I thought it was after my wife dies.
I mean, they're in their
Then what are we doing?
We're waiting for his parents to die. This is the Joe Matarese Parent Death Watch podcast. Is really what this is.
I thought it was when this started. It was, boy, I can't wait. I hope my daughter graduates early because I'm jonesing. I'm jonesing to get out of here. I can't wait. And now it's maybe if his parents die, he'll be willing to consider it.
If he can get out of the depression long enough, yes.
They're 80s. If I go back, I gotta wait till they've passed away, and I can.
Well,
start
they're in
fresh.
the 80s, Mike. We don't have to wait long. You know, actually,
Listen, keep listening. He goes on to say, 80 seems old, but they could live a long life.
Oh, Jesus.
They're 80s. If I go back, I gotta wait till they've passed away, and I can start fresh in that area.
I mean, you did say in 5-ish years.
Yeah, but that they could. My dad would be 87. In 5 years, he's 88.
He goes on to say, like, look at Mel Brooks. He's 100.
My parents have ruined my reputation in my hometown.
I'm not kidding. He started looking up celebrities that made it to 100. And so he's like, maybe I can't move to fucking Cherry Hill for 20 years.
That goddamn father of mine's going to take my dream away. Unbelievable.
And by the way, Joe's 58, I think he says. In 10 years... he's gonna be old.
I've heard people like moving to help their parents in their 80s. I've never heard people staying away from a city because of the reputational damage that their parents caused them.
You heard it from him, Casey. He said 2 weeks ago, I gotta move to Philadelphia. What if my dad falls and I'm not around?
That asshole that ruined my reputation. I'm not going to help you guys. What the fuck, man?
And the guy never even gave me Joe Jackson's health insurance. Why would I help him?
I think Matarese needed a Joe Jackson. Next one up is ADD.
And Joe talks about this a lot. He has ADD. So let's see how this conversation develops.
I didn't think it existed in me because I stopped taking Adderall. I thought it was an Adderall thing. I was like, I haven't been in one argument since I got off of Adderall, which is like, it might be 2 years.
That's a good reason. You know, if you notice, and I was on medication, and I said, I don't think it's a life sentence that you have to be on medication for mental health, anxiety, depression, whatever. Or in Joe's case, attention span. Maybe that stuff can correct itself over time. That's good that he got off of it. He's not getting into arguments. Let's see if there's any ill effects that have happened.
Years now that I haven't taken any Adderall. I just let myself be ADD, which I've said in the past. I got in 2 car accidents because I'm not on Adderall anymore.
Okay, well. All right. Well, listen. I'm not as agitated. I'm not as irritable. Now, if you're on the streets near me, you're in grave danger.
Have I murdered people? Yes.
I'm only smashing a 2-ton vehicle into other cars, but
the good news is I immediately think about something else with my ADD other than the people I murdered. So I'm good.
I just keep getting into car accidents. What's the big deal? Listen, it's good. I'm not as annoyed all the time. I am, however, just a nightmare on the road.
Yes. All right. Well, now I think the wife's trying to kill him. So the wife is in charge of the medication. She's like, don't take that. And Joe, because she knows one day she's going to get the call and she's free.
Listen to how bad he is. This is not just like, oops, he got into a fender bender. Listen to him describe his attention span when he's off Adderall.
Which is like, it might be 2 years now that I haven't taken any Adderall. I just let myself be ADD, which I've said in the past. I got in 2 car accidents because I'm not on Adderall anymore. My attention stinks. It's bad when I'm driving. I drive with no radio now. No radio, no podcast. I just drive in silence. Because I'm like, they weren't bad accidents, but they were enough that like one more and my insurance will go freaking skyrocketed. I can't. So
there were barely any fatalities. These were not bad acts. The body count was single digits at most.
Doing like juggling while trying to write your next show while
no, dude,
talking
if there's
to
a
your daughter?
podcast on and I'm really into it, I'll just be so into it that I forget I'm driving.
You zone out. You like
I zone it. I
What is
get
he, a
into
fucking hummingbird? Is he a goldfish? Oh,
He's a yellow lab. He like gets distracted.
I forgot I'm driving.
Yeah, you can't have squirrels near the road when Joe's driving.
What a menace. Joe, get back on Adderall. You've got a fucking high school age daughter you're driving around.
The podcast, like I'm in the world, like I'm sitting in my couch watching a movie. I'm gone. And then smacked into the back of a car, going slow, but it was still like if I would have had no radio on, it wouldn't have happened.
I mean,
no radio on.
Listening to Boys to Men at top speed.
Highway.
Okay.
Oh shit, I'm driving. I forgot I'm behind the wheel.
It's interesting because like I haven't lost it in a long time, but I do.
Who cares about you, jackass?
1 second in, the ADD in Joe's eyes is kicking in when
I
this
will
guy goes
say,
into a story.
Dan, I think his name is the producer.
Yeah.
Dan's getting a little big for his britches.
Dan
There
from
is
Iowa,
a
yeah.
lot of Dan's like, because Joe kept saying like, people are really interested in you, Dan. The people love you. Dan is feeling himself. He's bumped himself up from producer to co-host. He's feeling himself here. There's a lot of Dan in these episodes, which I haven't clipped yet, but he's getting there. He's annoying me in all of these.
Dan's got a nice flavor saver, Mike. It's the thing right below his lips there. Make sure all the meals stick around.
Good for Dan.
You hate Iowa people, I think, is your thing, Mike.
Me?
Yeah. Well, I just know two people that you know. Oh, well, that too. I get Iowa and Utah confused.
We all
Is that
do.
a thing?
My wife and I wouldn't get mad at my wife, but I would leave and I would storm out, and she hates it when I do that. Because it's not that I think it's similar to like I went to the basement. Part of it's just like I had to walk away from my mom's
Going to the basement is way better than getting the tire iron.
I agree.
Jesus Christ.
Whoa. So he's thought about murdering his parents. All right.
I didn't realize it was to that level, Joe.
Now we know why you can't go back.
It's better than a violent assault, I guess. Oh, I never thought of it that way, Joe. Thank you.
If he goes back to Philly, he's going to murder his father. Okay, we get the story now.
Yeah, so moving back to Cherry Hill would put you in a murderous raid, and you're considering it.
Yeah.
Well, but there's a couple times when I was a kid. I remember one time. Anyways, it's been a long time.
He bailed on that story right away. Nice job, Dan. This one time in band camp, you know what? Never mind.
Also, it makes you almost the way Joe set that up, where he's like, "It's better than getting a tire iron." He's like, "Well, this one time, never mind."
Yes.
I think Dan might have some darkness in his past.
Yes. Fun topics is the next one.
Okay, good. So now we get to experience some of the fun topics, and this is not just about 6 mile radius. This is about Philly, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Central Jersey. It's such a wide variety of areas. So we get into some fun. No. Yeah, it's about the Mid-Atlantic.
Yes.
Rhode Island, Maine.
Ohio.
All right. So the point is, Joe's going to get used to when his parents die in 10 years. Maybe he'll consider moving to Philadelphia. And you're going to want to familiarize yourself with the culture down there. What are the big news topics? Let's have a little fun. Let's get into some news of the day. What's going on in Philadelphia and New Jersey? What might be some reasons you'd want to move down there?
Yeah, some Jaylen Brown talk, I'm sure, is coming up. Here we go.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Philly, South Jersey news topics here to round out the episode, to finish it out here. As you said, episode 8. The first one, Dan, that came up here when I said Philly, South Jersey news. 3 people were injured in a brewery town fireworks-related shooting. What is a brewery town?
What's a firework-related shooting, Joe?
Everything doesn't make sense in that.
All right, let's close out the episode with some fun here. Let's get into some Philly, South Jersey news. 3 injured in a terrible shooting.
Child lost his hand at a fireworks display. Fun times in Philly.
Dan, your thoughts? By the way, what's Dan going to say about that? Oh, it's a terrible tragedy. What possible could come of it? Yeah, man, fireworks are crazy. People are always getting injured with those. And his
yes.
takeaway when he reads it, it's a fireworks-related shooting. He's like, Brewery Town. That's the oddest part of that headline.
What's a brewery town? Because he's Mr. Philly, Mike. That's the final one here.
He is Mr. Philly. So this shows you what a Philly guy he is. He loves Philadelphia. He bleeds Philadelphia. He wants to get down there. He's going to be, the new Philly fanatic. The Flyers will get rid of Gritty. The Phillies will get rid of the fanatic, and everyone's going to say Joe Matarese is the new Philadelphia mascot because this guy is so entrenched in Philly culture. You don't need me to explain it. Let's see what Joe knows about Philadelphia and the surrounding area.
Okay, I thought this is the last subject here on the news, but this one is Philadelphia should absolutely go after more international events. So I guess they're saying, it was really good for the city to have the World Cup there and how great it was. They should go for more international events, but only the ones that fit Philly's identity, which is funny. Not every global event belongs here. Philly is not Vegas, Miami, or New York, but when the event has history, sports, toughness, crowds, patriotism, music, food, or working class passion, Philly can crush it.
Okay.
So it's saying their sweet spots. They say World Cup level soccer. So maybe they'll bring more soccer to Philly. International boxing.
Do you guys have a soccer team?
What?
You guys have a soccer team?
Dude, you're talking to a guy that lives 2.5 hours away from there. They must. Of course they have soccer, but I know there's
I know.
I don't care about that place.
Joe's view of geography is so interesting.
Wow.
Where he's like, this has been his whole thing where he's like, I can't keep up with the Phillies or the Eagles or the Flyers or the Sixers. I can't keep up with what they're doing. I live 2.5 hours away, which now it's become 2.5. It was 2. Somehow his house creeps further away every week. It's 2.5 hours away now. And he's like, buddy, how the fuck would I know if they have a soccer team? I live 2.5 hours away. It's like, I don't know, Joe. The World Cup was played at a stadium there. I'm going to guess they have a soccer team.
You would know the professional sports team is of a place that you want to move. That is 100%.
Place you supposedly grew up. He claims
grew
to
up
have grown
in. Yes.
You would hear, you'd catch wind if they got a soccer team. Like, you'd think that'd be a thing he's aware of. He desperately wants to move there to be part of the culture. And he's like, they have a soccer team? How the fuck would I know? I don't know.
By the way, they do. MLS team, Philadelphia Union. Huge.
Yeah, I assume. Yeah.
I had to look it up, but that took me 2 seconds, and I never lived there. So.
I assume they're playing at like Lincoln Financial, which I know is a football stadium, but I'm assuming they did it in all places that hold soccer games, right?
Yeah.
It's for that.
I mean, like it's MLS, so all the big stars came through there. He could have seen, Ronaldo and all those David Beckham, all the MLS players. Right
And
in the
he's
city.
reading and commenting on an article saying they should have more soccer events. They should have more world soccer events in Philadelphia. Do they have a soccer team? Who the fuck knows, man? What are you asking me for?
Leave me alone with that question. Go on.
a soccer stadium somewhere like right on the other side of the Commodore Barry Bridge. I couldn't tell you that town, near Chester, Pennsylvania. Somewhere over there, there's a soccer stadium, and I heard it's really fun to go there.
Union.
But I wouldn't say
Philadelphia Union is your MLS
the Union.
team.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how well they draw or anything like that. They probably do draw. It's a big international sport, so a lot of international people, that's what they go watch when they live in America, and I think that's cool.
I like calling like tourists or immigrants international people.
International people is a fucking funny statement, man. That's funny.
I had an international Uber driver today.
That's what I think of Joe Matarese. When I think of Joe, I think of an international person moving to a big city to be an international guy. Jesus Christ. Well, Mike, that is Joe Matarese.
Oh my goodness, that flew by. This episode flew by today.
Yeah, it's a quick one, fun one. Chris Primer, $5. Mike, sometimes Philly is not a place, but a state of mind.
Yes. And I've always said that Philadelphia is wherever you are. Sometimes you're in Florida, and Joe has said this. There's a Philadelphia of Florida. Sorry. He's like, I wonder if that could be kind of like the Philadelphia in Florida if I moved down there. So it really is with Joe's state of mind. Kind of, you're right.
I think what we learned here today, though, is there is a hatred for the father that we didn't know about, and that he is literally like can't. That's why he cannot make the move now.
And
the
his
father.
mother, actually, no, I think he gets along better with his father. The mother, he seemed to have some resentment for.
Oh, well, yeah. Only one Matarese in South Philly at a time is the rule, and so he's got to wait until they leave.
But family, if you go back, family was the big pitch, where he's like, my family's there.
It really was the big pitch. I don't know what happened there. But we have one more here from the great Principled Uncertainty, 5 lira, I believe. His therapist hugging him, repeating, "It's all your fault. It's all your fault."
That's very funny.
That's very good. And that is all the Super Chats today. Thank you guys for Super Chatting. Make sure you get a membership and join the team.
Yeah, consider becoming a member. We appreciate you guys. I have a couple ideas of a bonus episode this Tuesday. Also, BTH tomorrow night, so you get that if you're a member. But I have a couple ideas for something I might want to do on Tuesday. God willing, Craig's around.
If not, I'm on backup. So you can always
we'll see. Oh, yeah, and ask if you ever need audio uploaded. Go to Casey. Casey's been on the ball with the audio. It seems the audio has, since Casey's taken the reins, since he's made it his project to make sure Patreon audio is uploaded, it seems to have gotten better. People are complaining.
I told Krager's just to stay in the kitchen. I got it. So.
Yes. Let the men do some work here.
Yes. Speaking of which, go to verygoodshow.org.
Let Casey know. You can also let me know. But Casey's pretty on the ball with that stuff. The audio hasn't gotten uploaded. So thanks to Casey for doing that. People have complained, and Casey answered.
Mm-hmm.
What else before we get out of here?
Blindmike.net. Make sure you go over there.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
HackRideStudios.com. Come check us out.
What is it? Is a Russell Brand clip playing? What's going on?
No, sorry. It's just a little background music with my plug. But come check out episode 3 of The Trek Off with Vinny Paulino and Tab Burt. I think I got it right that time. Nice guy.
Vinny Paulino. You let Vinny Paulino know. Have you recorded this with him yet?
No, we do them live.
You let Vinny Paulino know that I asked him for some very salacious information and he did not respond to me. You let him know that. Tell him I need details on something.
I will crack some heads, and that is quite the head to crack. It's giant, Mike.
Yes. No, Vinny Paulino's a good man. Go check that out if you're a Star Trek fan or not. Because I think the goal, it seems to me, is that you're supposed to annoy Vinny, right?
I think that happens just naturally with anything I do. But
you can watch it through that lens, or you can watch it through the lens of a Star Trek fan.
I actually think you would like the last one, Mike. We watched a 9-minute comedy stand-up set from an 85-year-old at Gotham Comedy Club in New York, William Shatner.
Really?
Did a full comedy set, and I gotta say, it was pretty good. The guy has a natural charisma.
He's doing stand-up, or is he doing like that poetry reading that he does? Or
no, it is. He does full hacky stand-up jokes, like "Take my wife, please." Yeah. So go back and watch the episode. Vinny called it horrible and hacky, but I said, dude, if you were 85 up there doing that, could you do it? And he's like, no. So yeah, it's pretty.
Is that your channel or his?
On both, but you can watch it on HackRide Studios. The hate watch is over there, and the love watch is over at HackRide Studios.
Go to HackRideStudios.com, support Casey Day. Thank him for supporting this show, the backbone of this show, as I say. Go to verygoodshow.org as well. If your mouth is watering and you need to cook something up, go check out Very Good Chow and see what's cooking in Craig's kitchen. And cooking in Craig's kitchen.
That's
spelled with all K's.
All K's. I knew you were going there. God damn it, that's good. Shirt coming, people. Shirt is coming.
It's fun. Yeah, all right.
Mike.
Go check that out.
Week.
Thank you, Casey. Thank you, folks, for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
And we have a meme transition.
Hey, it's Boogie. Steppers through the way, everyone out there. Now, this is very interesting. Now, really, ladies, if you're listening, and men, and everybody in between.
If I tell you you've got a homicide, buddy, you've got a homicide.
I hope to hear from you soon. I am proud to own the Trumpy Bear, and I will always be proud to be an American. Put it in the outro. Until then, have yourself a great day, and as always,
there's no cum on my mic.
Rock on.
Stop the baloney, huh? What kind of statement is that?
I wrote it. One of my favorite players to cover when he was here was Mike Vrabel. Tell me Mike Vrabel's story. Whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym.
Piss on it. Stop! My belly hurts.
My dad was in the military.
Was that, sir?
Can you please kindly F off, please?
If a person is on a bridge, threatening to jump, how do we know that he wants help?
Okay, I hope nothing bad happened.
Money, 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 money. Fuck, please.
Anyway, God bless America.
Put it in the outro.
Treat me like a naughty boy.